Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Bottomless Dungeon. The group is in a bit of a pickle at the moment, so we will see where they get to. So it's been a couple of weeks since we played, so apologies if I missed anything on the recap here. The group wrapped up the time that they had in the Sealed Heart, which was the fired location, sort of this fiery forge. It was on the plane of fire that they had been in there. Wrapped that up, spent some time in the room of relaxation, and ran into a new companion who was in an argument with another character, and it seemed as though this other character was going on at length about how this new companion of the group's obviously wasn't their companion at this time, but was going on about how this new individual was very rude and seemed to be unmannered and not very polite and these types of things. And this is why apparently the group has kicked this individual out. Once our group met this individual, learned that her name was Sarah, and she was looking for a group now to enter the Bottomless Dungeon with. So our group spent a bit of time speaking with Sarah and eventually agreed that she would accompany the group as they continue their adventures in the Bottomless Dungeon. So with this resolved, the group then made their way to speaking with Alexander, spoke a little bit with him, and decided to do a little bit of shopping perhaps. And after completing some of those purchases and things, decided that they were ready to go back into the Bottomless Dungeon once again. So with this decision made, the group prepared themselves and once again entered through the doorway. Once they did so and things spun around quite a bit, they found themselves in a sort of underground cavern, and there was, interestingly, a figure with them that they were not familiar with. And this figure went on to describe that her name was Ravinda, and she went on to describe how the team here had gotten sealed in based on the cave-in that was behind them. So it seemed as though the group had arrived here. They were sort of putting two and two together, understanding that these scenarios in the Bottomless Dungeon are actually simulations of things that have occurred in the past, and realizing that with this means any type of scenario that they might be in, it could be because of almost any kind of arrangement could be happening here. It could be something along the lines of the group is not aware of anything. There could be something where there's already stuff underway when they get here. It seems as though this one in particular, there's already some work that had gone on as the group is sort of learning now. And it seems as though this woman, this Ravinda, has arrived here escorting a group of individuals and bringing them because of some commoners that had been gone missing. So the information that the group has been able to get from Ravinda so far is that she arrived here because they hired her to escort them here, and then decided to sort of look around and see what is down here. So with that decided, the group started making their way in. Before too long, they ran into a group of sort of shaggy-haired creatures. They were bipedal creatures, but moved pretty quickly, and most of them were kind of melee combatants, but there did seem to be one who was more of like a spellcaster. The group was able to defeat that group fairly easily, and then pushed further in, just sort of searching around a little bit, found these different growths of mushrooms, some trumpet mushrooms, some florilicin, some other types of underground plant material. Continued pushing forward and eventually found that there was a very strange type of complex down here. There's this green stone with a lot of, I'll use the word alien architecture, as it's very foreign to our team. It has these strange pillars, these pools of greenish liquid, and the group is very confused, or perhaps just trying to figure out what is going on here and not really getting a whole lot of information. As the group continued forward, they decided to send Spectre forth on her own to sort of scout around, try to get the drop on any kind of enemy, or just, reconnoiter the area to be prepared and well armed. As she moved forward, she kind of took went both west and east from this intersection, and ultimately decided to go through the center, more narrow path. As she got fairly close, she realized as she triggered it that there was actually a trap here, which caused a blade to swing out from the wall, which she quickly ducked under, was not struck, but the sound of this blade drew the attention of some other opponents. These opponents turned out to be small little brains with legs, and sort of rushed after her, engaged her a bit, but she was able to quickly get away. And these little brain creatures did not pursue. They did not charge after. They simply went back around the corners, not really sure. The group wasn't really sure where they were at. So as Spectre came back, filled the team in as best she could. The team once again decided to go down that same path, like towards the trap. And we had Leroy out front with the rest of the group kind of a ways back. And as he moved up, he triggered the trap, not knowing exactly where it was, but being careful, knowing where the blade was on the wall, made it where it wasn't too dangerous for him. However, these creatures were actually just outside of view and prepped and ready to go, that as soon as the team essentially hit that trap area, they were going to charge forth. With this, combined with some of their special abilities that allows them to know the precise location of the player characters and work silent communication with one another, they were able to get the jump on the player characters even though they were prepared and looking in that direction. So as these little brain creatures with legs rushed forward, they attacked out at the group and seemed to have a special ability that allowed them to assault the psyche or the intellect of the player characters, damaging them pretty significantly. We had Leroy, who was kind of stupefied, for lack of a better term, and eventually one of these little brain creatures vanished, and it seemed as though Leroy was then under the control of this creature, which the group found out pretty quickly thereafter. So the group did manage to defeat these little brain creatures and managed to defeat poor Leroy, knocking him unconscious. They tried to figure out what exactly it is that they could do here, how much farther they could take this, and ultimately decided that they needed to try to talk with Leroy, as none of them were particularly familiar with this whole deal as far as what these creatures did. So the group sort of made their way back and tried to get into a place of safety, put Leroy's body down, and kind of tried talking to him after they restored a little bit of HP to him with some magic, and spoke with him. He seemed to be talking normally, saying how these creatures seemed to affect him, and it was very strange, and he was going on and on. And eventually Sarah thought to use her special ability that allows her to touch the mind of another being and communicate with them, and she was not able to touch Leroy's mind. This told her, and this is what she told the group then, is that it's very likely that Leroy is not Leroy, and instead this little creature has control of Leroy. So the group decided to keep Leroy there bound and sort of start making their way away. They got out of the distance of Leroy, and then after some further discussion, then decided, you know what, we better go back and just take a peek and see what's going on there. Popped back around the corner, saw that Leroy was still there on the ground, not moving at all, still bound. And as Spectre started making her, I don't know if it was Spectre or Sarah, one of the two of them started making their way kind of around the corner. The little creature had actually come out of Leroy's body, and again, lying in wait, knowing exactly where the characters are, was able to spring around and launch an attack against them. This did hit, I think, Sarah for a little bit of damage. Sarah then sort of took back, trying to move back into a more careful area after casting a spell that caused the creature to run. However, it turned out the creature had just enough space to get next to Spectre, rushed up to Spectre, used a special ability which caused Spectre to become stupefied. The group then killed this little brain creature. Unfortunately, now they have Spectre, who is stunned, can't seem to do much, and is barely able to move about, and has no real intellect to speak of. So, group, that is where we left off, as you guys realize that you're in kind of a bad place at the moment. There's no easy way out of here. It doesn't seem like there's any way to go through the collapsed tunnel here of all the rubble, the rocks. So the group will likely have to push forward. So yeah, guys, a couple weeks since we played, so that was the quick recap. Does anybody want to add anything I may have missed?
Yeah, I'll add. There's something significant. You mentioned pools of water, but in one room there was a cistern, like in the middle of this a diamond, I guess a diamond-shaped room, and I think you described it as having a pool of water in its own basin, like a segregated special area.
Sure, yeah, go ahead and take inspiration. So yes, there is these basins of liquid. I don't think you guys have determined that they're water, but it is this greenish liquid that you guys have seen in the past couple times that you've walked by these. And yeah, it'll be curious to see what further study or further discovery the group can find.
The there's a lot of various mushrooms also, but they're the goodness, I can't remember her name now, but the NPC that we Ravinda Ravinda, when we befriended her, she told us there was a specific fungus that it makes other people alert, I believe, or it causes like a big reaction. So we've been avoiding mushrooms.
Yes, you can take inspiration for that as well. Yeah, Ravinda explained that there were some mushrooms that if you got close to them, they would make a very loud noise ringing out, and that could cause the attention of other beings down below that might be drawn to the sound. All right, team, if there's nothing else, then we will go ahead and pick back up where we left off. Let's get you guys back on the map.
I don't know if it's me or Roll20, but we're running a little slow right now.
I'm sure it's Roll20.
So, as Gale starts picking through Spectre's pockets, so how long will she be sleeping? And I'm gonna grab her thing of gold. There's no use to her now. Maybe later when we save her, I'll give it back. But don't look at me that way, Sarah.
Oh, I was just looking at Spectre. She's drooling a little.
Yeah, so that's fine. So how much gold do I put in my gold thing? Spectre, hello, do you see me?
Spectre does not respond, but if you're taking all of Spectre's gold off of her,
337.
there you go.
Say it again. You guys talked over each other.
337. 337.
Word.
So what do we want to do with her, assuming that Ravinda doesn't have the spellcasting prowess to bring her back like she did Kurtu?
Well, can't I just grab her by the arm and drag her along with us down the scary tunnel?
Well, I think she can walk. Just because she's stupid doesn't mean her body isn't working.
Oh, doesn't. Okay, maybe.
If you put her on a leash of some kind, maybe we can just lead her through these halls.
Why? I don't understand why you got kicked out of your last group. You have such great ideas.
Thank you. I think so too.
I don't want her to go crazy like our other friend did, so maybe we should take away her weapons. But I want everyone. He went crazy, but I stood standing.
Yeah, we don't really know exactly what happened. Should we
Yes,
double
take
check
away her
on
weapons.
take away her weapons is a good idea. Should we check Leroy's body?
Well, do you think that the creature that attacked you, so Leroy is he better?
When I came through, he was stiff as a board.
I'm gonna walk over and examine our friend.
I'll give Sarah, or that's me. I'll give Spectre a little bit of like I'll grab her hand and try to walk her this way.
Yes, and unless she chooses not to, she probably would follow behind you.
That's a good girl. Come on, Spectre.
Like a pony.
All right, and Gale, as you inspect Leroy here, go ahead and give me a blind check. You don't get any kind of pulse here. You're not sure what's going on, but based on lack of pulse, you don't know much about Earth Genasi or Ganassi, depending on how you pronounce that. But yeah, you would assume if they work like anybody else that he is dead.
Well, there's only one thing left to do. Search through his pockets and look for loose change.
Maybe since he's an urchin, maybe we should toss rocks on him or something. Do they like that?
I don't know shit about no Ganassi.
maybe we leave him here, because he might be not with us anymore, right? And I don't like being the leader when everyone dies, by the way. But maybe we leave him here, and maybe we come back and try to bring his body if we find the exit later, because he can't walk like our zombie person can.
Yeah, I think at the very least we shouldn't leave him in this dungeon. Even if his body doesn't work anymore, we can always give him a proper funeral. You all seemed relatively attached to him.
Yeah, I mean, we tried another person did make it. Boy, it's, oh my gosh, the list is growing. But, I mean, we can try, but I don't know if they're going to make it out of here. But, I mean, if I was going to die, maybe I'd want to go in, a time frame where it wasn't real either. I don't know.
Ravinda, if you hear us talking about things that sound completely nonsense, just know that we have not lost our minds, and you're the one that doesn't understand, okay?
Yeah, that's a good point. I meant to say that in another place we were at. Yes, that's true.
Let me see if I can do Adam's wise old woman voice. Oh, I already know that this is shaping up to be a job that is more than I signed up for. So don't mind me.
No, I mean, we'll mind you as best we can. We just don't want you to think we've all gone crazy if we start saying things about alternate dimensions and simulations, things of that nature.
We're adventurers. It happens.
I will keep that in mind.
Oh, that was good.
That was really good.
For that, you get a spell restored. Pick one.
5th level, please.
Yeah. It does beg the question, are you able to perform any of that same magic on our friend here? She seems to have suffered the same type of fate as our friend here.
Thank you, I can see that, but as I explained earlier in a bit of a different voice, but I'm trying my best, I already expended all of my highest level magic to save your friend here at her insistence, and I will also remind you that she volunteered to pay me double my rate when we got back, so I have not forgotten about that either.
Inspiration, Jordan.
I don't know if I can have inspiration as an NPC.
I know, but I don't know. But that was great. That was fantastic. Give you an A+ for that one.
All right. Well, it seems at least that Spectre's able to hold on to us. Ravinda, do you mind leading her through these tunnels here? You seem to be the most in tune with the infirm.
Very well. I even have control of her token still, so it will be no trivial matter to me. Oops.
Now, I'm just thinking out loud, but Spectre is all. Is there a way we can get Spectre to go look for traps, too? Maybe.
I don't think she would be able to alert you.
She would, but if an axe hit her chest. You're right, maybe not.
So we just move forward with a somber tone.
I think so.
We will still win. Do not be scared. We'll find a way and fix her sleeping nature.
Ravinda, if more brains end up popping out somewhere down the line here, try to get Spectre somewhere safely away from them so that they don't start to puppet her body like they did with poor Leroy.
I wonder if we should just, leave her somewhere safe? There may not be a safe place, but that invisibility trick she does is still working despite as long as she's not in the light. Uh, it's possible that they may be able to detect her anyway, but the path was straight, and we did not encounter any enemies before we triggered the trap, so...
She did seem, before she went all dumb-like, she did seem to think that those brains at least could see her while she was invisible.
Did we take away her weapons just in case?
Someone
wanna
said that they
confirm.
did.
Yeah. just
I
wanna
did not
confirm.
have them on my in my pockets, but I have the dragon sword in my pocket.
Oh. Well, there is a set of stairs this way that I don't think we saw before. I was going to suggest leaving her in one of these little cave-in areas, but I'm beginning to think that might not be the best idea until we clear out whatever could be down these stairs.
You found stairs. That is very smart. Let me have a look. Do you mind if I step forward and take a little look? Oh, there are stairs.
That's fine. I mean, I also have the capabilities to help scout out this area. It's not the most exciting thing for the rest of you all to kind of sit around while I do so, but at the very least it would be safer.
Well, and remember, I could have someone go invisible for a little while too.
So I cannot tell. Can you tell Sarah if these stairs go down or if they go up?
I can't tell based on the artwork, but I'm sure in real life I could tell.
Okay, so the artwork is bad. That's
As you
what I'm
look
thinking.
towards them, you see stairs carved into the rock that ascend above you.
Looks like they go up.
I didn't mean to push that one, needless to say, Adam.
But you are rolling on the floor laughing out loud.
About to
in
call
this
for a
fear.
defensive roll.
Well, then maybe Sarah, you try to with your ability to see. I guess. How long does it last?
Well, it's a relatively lengthy spell. It's likely I could scout out the entirety of this dungeon with it.
Wow, that is very important. Yes. There's only 3 of us who are able to. Oh, and Ravina too, but she's over there.
She is really touchy too.
Yeah, so don't make eye contact. Oh, there she comes. There she comes.
All right. Well, I think Sarah kind of brings one of her hands up in front of her face and kind of just points up toward the ceiling, and her one finger becomes this little like writhing tentacle, and she kind of presses it up to her forehead, at which point it kind of burrows itself into her skull. As she kind of like pulls it back out, her forehead opens up this little like crevice, and then a third little eye kind of wriggles itself onto the front of her forehead, and then just kind of like pops out, and then just kind of hangs in the air for a little bit. It then starts to like, from the pupil, there's this like thick kind of like neon green mucus that coats the whole thing, and then it eventually turns invisible. I'm going to cast Arcane Eye.
So at the sight of that, Gale will look astounded and then turn away and go.
All right, so with Arcane Eye, to avoid this being like a lengthy moving a token, seeing what you see kind of scenario, I'm going to give you a narrative description. I assume you're going to try to scout as much of this area as you can?
Yeah, and then back the other way, and then every other thing that I can do in the next hour.
Okay, yeah, so you move the eyeball through the space here. You scout towards the stairs. You see there are some trumpet mushrooms. There's mushrooms in some of these other caves, but no creatures that the eye can see. You take the eye north then until it turns into the green material. floating over and kind of looking around. You do notice that you guys didn't notice before because nobody bothered looking. But over the basin, you can see that there are some shadow shapes in there, very small, that are moving around in the liquid. They don't seem to respond or react to the eye at all. The eye passes over that, moves into the larger area. You guys have been here before, passing by both ways. So the west and the east passages, so not the trapped way, but the west and east, are big circles essentially, and most of it is a drop down where there's a lot of greenish liquid there. The center is this large, strange looking symbol that you guys have seen before. It's like pillars. You could think of 4 pillars that meet and hold up like a basin at the very top of it. There doesn't seem to be anything in the basins. You scan those 2 rooms, pass by to the next room, find that in the northwest room it is 2-tiered, and there is another one of these shapes. There is an odd object here that looks like a similar pedestal, but it's much smaller, and it has a purplish orb on the top of it. And it is actually giving off like a pulsing purplish light. Is there anything in particular you're trying to make out of that, since that kind of sticks out?
I mean, other than the fact that it's a purple orb that pulses with light, is it being defended by anything?
No. You see no figures nearby. You recall, based on your previous experience, that this is very close to the vicinity where you encountered the brain creatures.
Okay. The pedestal that it's on, does it seem animate, or is it?
No. So it looks like the architecture is very similar to some of the other objects you've seen here. They kind of twist around, though, rather than being just vertical. And then they meet, and there's this purplish orb kind of like affixed right at the top of it.
Okay. I mean, I'll tell the group. I'm narrating as I'm seeing what I'm seeing. So if there's anything anybody else wants me to try to glean from anything, just let me know.
I'm sorry, I had bile in my mouth. What is again? Can you explain in this area up here?
Just some mushrooms. Otherwise, an empty room as far as the eye could see.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. You don't see any creatures? No other brains walking around with legs?
Not so far.
Maybe they all went away.
You mentioned that there was little dots in the water. Maybe that's where the brains are.
I think it would probably be best to avoid the green little cauldrons of shadows.
And there was nothing guarding that purple ball?
I'm assuming the brains that we felled were guarding it prior to us dispatching them.
Oh, let me ask you this. Do you see like a portal? There's sometimes in the dungeon, well, every time, not sometimes, every time.
No, but I can keep looking.
Yes, because we look for a circle on the ground. You'll know it when you see it, and we jump in and we go back home.
Right. Did we want to stash Spectre back in this room where she can stay invisibly hidden?
If you are referring to the room with the pulsating object that we don't know what it is or what it does.
No, Ravinda, I'm clearly gesturing to this room up here where there's nothing beyond the stairs.
We could do that. However, if we get into another altercation similar to the one before, it might be very difficult to make it back to her with the resources we have. Are you okay with potentially leaving your dear friend and traveling companion behind if it came to that?
Wait a second. Gail, you already took the gold, right?
Just kidding.
Yeah, I think what Ravinda is thinking properly. So we just maybe put like a rope. You said leash or something, or just drag her along, and then we go get her when we find the portal and we all jump in.
I think it's better than leaving her. I just do. I mean, maybe later we have to leave her, but for right now, I think it's better we keep her with us.
Yeah, I agree. It was just something that somebody had brought up.
I know. I think it wasn't a bad idea. But, I mean, and maybe she'd carry stuff for us. I mean, I don't know.
That's true. We can use her as a bit of a mule.
Hey, that's really funny. So I'm just reminded. Do you remember Alexander? Just keep in mind that he said that we are replaying events in history. So does anyone here know historical references that we are seeing that would spark memory of some type?
No, and it is odd that that this person seems to know all of us as a group. So it's strange, at least, that we have not been a part of this yet. We seem integral to the story.
That's a very mysterious point. Okay, so what do? We go run into the purple ball and smack it?
Let me continue to look beyond.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
But
I'm
I
not
think
going to watch.
making our way to the orb might be the next clue, at least is it into how to leave this place.
All right, so as you continue moving the eye, it goes to the northeast corner there, and interestingly, it spots one of these furry creatures that is holding a torch. It is perched up on the second level of a 2-level room. There's a set of stairs fairly close to it. It stands and kind of looks around, and it certainly has a different, I will say, disposition than the others that you fought. The others that you saw engaged you guys in combat almost immediately. This one seems to be standing more straight up rather than having a little bit of a hunch, and seems to be kind of looking around and kind of doing the hand to chin, almost like a thinking gesture, as opposed to the other ones you saw kind of just charged you.
All right, we'll keep looking.
Maybe that one still has its brains. Maybe the others were taken by the brain creatures.
Potentially. There was
Or-
one among them that could cast spells, though I'm not going to pretend that means that they're smart.
Oh, I know one that was able to cast smite. Ooh, yuck.
All
It's
right.
also possible that the creature inside the complex is taken over and the others were normal. It could be a scout for the
True.
brain creatures.
True.
Okay, and I assume you just continue moving the eye about, correct?
Yep.
All right, so then it heads to the north. Once it gets here, it goes east, and you're going to notice through the eye's vision that next to one of these pillars that you've seen before, just a regular one, doesn't have anything special at first glance. However, there are 3 humans that have their backs to it. Their heads are actually stuck to the back of this pillar, and you notice this sort of bluish energy that seems to connect their heads right to the pillars. 2 of them appear to be unconscious, and the third one, his eyes are open, and he's like struggling, trying to move almost, but doesn't seem to be able to pull his head away from this pillar. Nearby, you notice that there is a basin, and it has some whitish blue liquid inside of it, and there is a ladle right next to it. This is within 5-10 feet of all these 3 humans where this is at. Anything in particular you're trying to make out there more other than moving on?
Does the human that's alive look like his name is Albert by any chance?
Hard to tell. He doesn't look like an Albert.
Okay.
I wanted to ask the same thing.
All right. Well, it looks like there are people that are being held here against their will. We knew that Ravinda told us that we might encounter it as much. But no, just kind of making the mental imagery, continuing to narrate, but then ultimately looking for things that might be threats.
Oh, also, try to. I'm not looking at you while you do this, but try to find that box that the Famboozle, as Leroy so aptly put it.
Right. Right. The box you told me about that could make us rich beyond our wildest dreams.
Or something like that.
I will keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out. That was funny.
I see what he did there. That's
Yeah,
called a
he
pun.
did that. He
That's
went
called a
there.
pun.
All right, as the eye
He went there.
continues moving, you do notice east of the humans that are bound, there is a big chunk of the floor that seems to be covered by this greenish liquid. From the southwest to the northeast, seems to be about 20 feet across. Hard to tell the depth here, but it's quite a bit of this liquid. The eye continues passing to the north, and as it does so, it notices that there is a very large ovalish room. It kind of looks like the shape of a pocket watch face, and there is a outer wall, and then there is an inner wall, and the eye moves around, finds that there are stairs on the northeast side, and as it moves up in past the inner wall, there is a large object in the center, looks very similar. You see several of these basins around this central area that have a slightly different shape than the other basins that you've seen so far. This seems to maybe be of some kind of significance, and then you notice a large floating creature, unlike anything you've ever seen, my guess. It seems to be sort of just hovering here, floating in the air effortlessly, as it just kind of doesn't move, doesn't seem to react to the eye at all. You're not even sure if this thing is conscious. It doesn't seem to do anything.
I'll describe it and say, I think I found my mother.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding. I don't think I'm actually related to these things, though. We have some similarities.
I don't want to know.
It's probably best you don't. All right. I will continue kind of. I think my main goal is to find potentially where this exit portal is that Kurtu described.
Okay, so as it keeps moving around to the northwest area, doesn't seem to be anything much there. Comes down to the south, notices that there is a set of stairs. As the eye floats over the stairs, it notices two figures in this room and a glowing ball of light. The first figure looks like this, and it seems to be standing almost like a sentry near the entrance of the room. And the second figure, standing very close to the glowing ball of light, looks like this.
Of course it does.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We have lots of varied friends beyond. I don't know. Do we any idea what this creature is as hardened adventurers?
Since you're the only one that can see it, I'll say give me a blind check for, I guess it'll be Arcana. You don't recognize this creature, Sarah.
I can only assume it's no good.
All right, and then the eye passes back through and starts heading to the only place it hasn't been so far, which is to the west, wherein it notices what appears to be a sealed door closed from the bottom to the top. Knowing that you only need a very small amount of area to move through, you manipulate the eye looking for any kind of keyhole. Could it go underneath? Anything like that? But no, there does not seem to be any gap in this door whatsoever. So unfortunately, the eye cannot pass through.
All right. I'll have it come back toward me, but essentially just kind of staying. I want it to just hover nearby that creature with the torch.
Okay.
And just kind of continue to give me mental visual information as we kind of make our way that way.
The creature with the torch is moving.
Okay, I'll have the eye follow it then as we kind of walk that way.
Okay. And are you wanting me to give you sort of blow by blow as it moves, or only significant things, or what do you look for?
Just significant things is fine.
Okay.
Oh, I can box select. That makes it easier. Your kobold friend is lagging
Wise.
behind.
Sarah, oh, wait, we don't have our leader. Go ahead, I guess. But we have to wait.
All right, Sarah, looking down the hallway, both through your eye and through your normal eyes, you can see this creature holding the torch.
Oh, we can all see him. All right, it looks like I'll establish a connection with Gale and say that creature's coming towards us, the one with the torch.
Well, then make sure you get out of the way of my sword.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we're all just standing in Ravinda's light, so it sees us as well, I'm sure.
Well, then is it not attacking us then? Why?
It's on the other side of the trap.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I'm right behind you. You're right, I don't like the light. Maybe Ravinda can go further back. Ravinda, can you go further back just a little bit?
She's just putting us all in her light.
Yeah, so can you douse the glim?
I can, but then I won't be able to see if anything bad happens.
Oh, well, can one of you magic casters put light on her or something? Well, that's the same thing. I'm confused. We're stuck.
If it sees
Sarah.
us and it doesn't seem aggressive, maybe we can speak to it in some way.
What's on the other side of that trap?
What is it? Can we make out what it's doing over there?
It's holding the torch up and looking in your direction.
Maybe you can talk to it with that mind thing that you do to me.
It's a little far away.
Give you a nudge with my elbow.
I have to be relatively close with someone to form a connection with their mind.
Well, then let's get closer.
I mean, at this point, we see it seeing us. Hello?
You guys see the creature kind of puts his hands up, and the hand with the torch kind of waves across where the trap is, and like tells you to stop.
All right, so it doesn't seem outright hostile, and it has an inner monologue that sounds familiar.
Is he using sign language?
I think so. It waved the torch across where the blades came out of the wall and then held up a hand as if to say, stop.
Then we are walking forward.
It's at least not attacking us outright. Hello? Are you friend or foe, creature?
You guys see when you get about that close and you start talking to him, he is going to drop his spell.
We've been bamboozled.
Kill it, it's a shapeshifter.
I'm not ashamed. Well,
What
I
do
know.
you have against shapeshifters? Oh wait, I don't
Nothing,
actually have wild
I am one, so.
I would say you guys. I mean, he's obviously like he's trying to get you to not move any closer, and he's like looking over his shoulder down the hallway, and then looking back to you like, and then he goes, "Watch out for that ghastly trap. It's gonna cut you in half."
Can you turn it off?
I didn't try that.
Maybe there's a lever over there. Maybe you can turn it off. And what's your name? We'll talk later.
Yes, we can talk later, but keep your voices down. It's safe over here if you just want to crawl under for now.
Well, we know that crawling will still trigger the trap and create a loud noise, and the last time that happened, we were ambushed by quadrupedal brain creatures.
As she says that, Adam, he's gonna take his torch and kind of look around the surrounding walls. Can he see if he can find any kind of lever or button, maybe?
Give me a blind check.
And I typed it, but to say it out loud, in case you weren't reading, I'm just going to send the eye back toward that prisoner room.
Okay, yeah, it looks much as the way you left it. You don't see any change.
Hey, Adam, do you have the macros that are like create light or toggle light spell on this one?
I don't know if I have those on here or not. I can probably... I don't think I do. Let me see if I can bring them over in a moment.
That way I can just add the torch to this character token. Instead of carrying the extra torch, But while Adam does that, guys, I guess what you guys can see, I'll give you more of a full introduction later, but as he shifts back down from that form, you can see he's got this, it almost looks black, his top hat, but as the flame kind of catches it every now and then, you can see it's just a really dark red that's kind of been worn from time. He's got this really floor-length, red kind of ringleader circus coat on, and it's adorned with all these golden toggles. And as he kind of like looks from you guys, and then he starts looking around for anything for the lever, you can see all these instruments inside of the jacket kind of clank and knock into each other as he moves around. And he has a shield on his left arm.
Do you think he's a traveling salesman, Kartu?
I think he's a merchant. Probably a tinker or something like that, because all the tools and things. And they came to my village before. I mean, it was interesting. We didn't buy anything, waste of time, but better than the stupid whistle we got. I mean,
Excuse me?
Sorry, I just had to have some fun.
It's fine. I hope that whistle saves your life one day and you end up eating these.
That was. I didn't really say that. That was out of character.
Look, in our Baldur's Gate campaign, I bought whistles for everybody, and it actually saved us like 2 or 3 times. So when you brought those whistles, I was like, "Oh, nice." And chalk also saved us, so we didn't get lost.
Excuse me, I see that you're looking around for something. Did you find it?
Give me a second. There's a lot of intricate details in the stones here. Maybe one of them is, I don't know, maybe... Look, I'm still looking, okay? God.
I think maybe he's a little slow.
he is, obviously.
You can see the obvious area where the blade comes out. It is sort of an opening that is covered by this greenish material that hangs down, but it's not the same green stone that is around you. So the blade seems to be able to push through this greenish material, swing out quickly, and then retract into the wall, leaving that greenish material there, making it difficult on first glance to see where the blade would be.
No levers or buttons or anything that would obviously turn it off.
Not that you see, no.
Maybe we can jam it?
Yeah, we put something in there.
Worried about us. I'm just worried about our goat here.
Well, I'm worried that here comes along some traveling salesman, and we're just gonna outright trust him because he told us not to jump through this trap. What if he's being puppeted by one of these brain creatures like our friend was?
It's very astute of you.
I agree.
Sure, walk through the trap then.
Well, tell us how you came to be here.
There's this. It's gonna sound silly when I say it out loud. I don't know if you're gonna believe me. There's a wizard with this weird, impish creature who guards a door. And behind that door is like you kind of time travel a bit. And well, I came here because I was trying to make some more money. And well, I don't know where the rest of my group is, but I slipped away disguised as one of those creatures.
What do your friends look like, sweetheart?
Humans? What does that mean? Why did you call me sweetheart? A while ago you called me a traveling salesman.
Like, are those things mutually exclusive where you come from?
Nope. Where I come from, no one calls anyone sweetheart.
A sad little place you live. If you give me a better description of your friends, I can at least let you know if the ones that have been stuck to a wall up in the foremost place that I'm trying to vaguely recollect from a description. I can let you know if your friends are at least there.
You know, friends is a construct. Yeah. They're more.
So your friends aren't humans; they're constructs.
No, that's not what I mean.
Any of those.
That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. What I mean
Well,
is,
then be more deliberate with your words.
I don't really care for them.
You must be
Honestly.
a horrible salesman.
No, that's not it. That's not what I do. They hired me because I have magical equipment, but they're shady, and I did not like doing business with them.
So you don't really care about them.
Nope. Nope.
So what makes you care about us then?
Well, you guys look like you're going in the direction I need to go, but there's some really scary shit back that way.
What have you seen?
There's like I don't know how to describe it. Tentacles.
So you're afraid of some tentacles. I don't know if he's gonna be a good fit.
No, it wasn't just tentacles. It was. He's gonna do the little rascal wave to you.
Well, if you can figure out how to get us across this barrier without tripping it, I think that for the very least we could maybe travel together. What do you think? Gale, Kertu, Ravinda, blah, 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 in the back there.
Well, I think he's a terrible salesman. And
Yeah, I don't think he's any good at it.
I'm not buying anything from him, but you're right. If he helps us to trap, I keep an eye on him and make sure that he doesn't steal from us. And we might use a meat shield.
I can still hear you.
Oh, was that out loud? I
Nice.
thought we had the
You were
connection.
using your library voice.
I thought
Yeah.
you had the connection thing, Sarah.
That was with Gale.
Well, there you go.
Adam, can I, instead of looking for something to disengage the trap, can I instead inspect the ground to see if I can find where the trap is triggered from? Like, is there a pressure plate or something along those lines?
There is indeed, and you know exactly where it's at. It's literally right at your feet.
And is it, both sides? Is it 10 feet long?
It is 10 feet wide, yes.
Wide, sorry. Can you guys jump?
Of course we can jump.
Well, you just have to jump to this spot here, and then you can jump to this spot here. And you'll miss any of the bad parts. You gotta be good at jumping, though.
So as you know exactly where this is, just so to make sure everyone's seeing it the same way, this here is the pressure plate.
So it's just one? Is it not like one down here, too?
You don't see one down there, no.
Okay, well that's one, but maybe.
Oh, check your side. It's long. It shouldn't be hard to find.
I'll look down.
Okay, blind check as you look for any kind of pressure plate here on the floor. You look very carefully, Sarah. You don't see one on this side.
Do you guys want me to go ahead and try?
Try do what? Get your head chopped off with a spinning blade and have us all
I
be eaten
had
by
spinning
brain?
blade at me, and it had smite too, and I live to tell about it.
No. You help look for
Yeah.
plates. We get one more, I think, according to rules. Oops. What?
Maybe I could use my mage hand to try to tap it to
The
see.
whole point, Kurtu, is to not set it off.
Yeah, I know, but just okay, I won't do that.
Okay, now you're a little closer. Do you see plate there in front of your little pointy feet?
You're stressing me out.
Focus. We have to win.
You do not see any plate there, Kurtu.
It's definitely not a plate here.
Let's assume that there is, and maybe we jump over, and then we jump over the other one.
Yes, I think that is fair. You want me to go first?
So mechanically speaking, with the running jump, the first one should be no problem for anybody. The second one, though, if you're trying to make sure that you're not stepping on the plate, you won't be able to get a running jump. So you may want to consider that as far as who's going to try to do that.
And
We should
I don't
also
want to
consider-
point out the obvious, but your friend back there, she looks kind of. Is she drunk?
Yes.
It's risky
No, her-
business.
Her brain was all puddinged by one of those monsters.
Like,
What he is suggesting is that she is not going to be able to follow the instructions to jump over the plate.
Thanks, Ravinda. We got that.
Are you sure? Because it seemed like you were confused.
No, Ravinda, I'm never confused.
I might be able to. If she can't physically jump, I might be able to help.
Well, that would be quite useful.
You guys see he's going to kind of lay the torch down onto the ground, and he kind of flicks his arm out, and this wand kind of rolls out into his hand, and he goes, "Levitate!" And he's going to point towards Spectre and cast Levitate. Oh, I'm still on GM. Here we go.
I assume Spectre would Spectre try to resist this in her stunned mind?
I don't think she's able to resist much.
This is Khan. I think she auto-fails Strength and Dex, but Khan would be up to her.
Don't
No,
resist this, Sarah. Or Spectre. Why do I keep calling you me?
It's the two S names.
If my loving friend, who I've known for so long, tells me not to resist the spell, I won't resist the spell.
Okay.
Don't try to resist the spell. I know you were talking about me.
All right, so you are levitating, Spectre, and Albert,
just-
you can control the levitation based on the text there.
Yeah, it's just about 5 feet up. I don't know. Can I move them forward and backwards? Oh,
No,
yeah.
I don't think you can you?
No,
No.
just pushing or pulling against a fixed object. So
No,
I'll
we're
raise
gonna
it.
use her leash and pull her like a balloon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can do to help just one of you, though.
That's pretty tricky trick. Okay, so I make a range jump, and I throw Kurtu over to the other one. I can throw the little dragon. That should not be a problem for my big arms. But everyone jump. I jump middle. How about? So I'll take a running jump at him and jump over the first plate.
Okay, yep, you can do that, no problem.
Okay, now Kurtu, you tried the same. Land next to me, and I throw you over. As the leader, you'll be the first one over.
Ah,
Okay, and I grab him. Oh, it's easy. So how long is this? 5 feet, you said, or 10 feet long, or wait?
What specifically are you asking about? The plate?
Yeah, this. How far do I have to throw him? I guess is the actual question.
The plate is about 1 foot wide, and it extends from the far west wall all the way to the far east wall. So as long as you step up to the plate, and Albert, I keep wanting to say Alfred, Albert will show you exactly where the plate is, so you can kind of visualize it. You can pretty much just pick him up and set him over the other side.
There you go, Kurtu. All set on the other side, nice and safe in the arms of the salesman.
that was fun.
Now I'm going to just do a standing jump at the strength of 18.
They'll
Right.
allow you to jump 9 feet, so you clear it by 8 feet.
I thought you said that the second one was harder to jump over, but it's
No, I said that if you jump into the middle and then you don't have the benefits of a running jump, you have to be careful about how you're proceeding.
oh, okay, Roger.
Yeah, if I can see it, can I just kind of like do
Yeah.
a little jump
Hop over it
Yes.
like a puddle.
Step over it. Foot.
All right, Ravinda, your turn. Just make sure you hold tight to that leash.
Hey Adam, how much XP do we get for traveling over a foot of a of a trap?
I don't know. Based on how long it took to figure out this plan, I think it's
Yeah.
worth something.
Man, I thought it was going to be hard, but it's a foot. Yeah, we just step over it. That's
I
how
wasn't
paranoid.
trusting, to be honest. I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
I'm like, there's probably 15 feet. we
That's how
just
paranoid
didn't see
we
it.
are. That's how paranoid we are. We're like, no.
So how high is she levitating above the ground?
5 feet, he said.
Can you move her up a little bit? The blade was about... Spectre was telling me 2 weeks ago that the blade is about 5 feet high. You may want to move her up a bit, just in case the trap is triggered.
Yeah, and he will. He'll kind of put his hand out and raise her up about, like 5 more feet.
What you don't know is there's a pressure plate on the ceiling, and as her head brushes against it,
Hey,
Yeah,
Sarah.
she'll do the... She'll do the jump over this one. And then I assume 12 strength is enough to clear this.
Yes.
No problem. Okay. So I will get to the other side here as soon as Sarah moves. There we go.
wow.
We just beat D&D!
We did it. Only 10 more rooms to go, guys.
Hey, Sarah, do you notice that Ravinda seems specially interested in the survival of Spectre suddenly?
Yeah, well, she's a caretaker, and she's the most infirm among us. I'm just assuming she's using this as job security.
Oh, okay. That's
I will remind you that you paid me to guide you through this place.
We sure did, and we all absolutely remember everything about that too.
That's wonderful.
Adam, looking at everybody, can I infer that I'm the only one that can't see in the dark?
Being that nobody else holds a light source, I would say yes. I'm
Ravinda
sorry.
is
Besides
actually
Ravinda, right?
Okay, wait.
Oh, okay. Well, if
Wait.
that's the case.
Kurtu, wait. Don't get too far. Now, remember, Sarah has scouted this off. In her excellent memory, she will guide us where we need to go next.
Yes, of course. Up to the left is this, up to the right is that,
We
and up,
need to ask the guy with the hat what his name is.
Oh,
I guess that would be helpful.
This is an awful place for an introduction. I am Albert
Okay,
Elegant.
good. We're done. Let's go.
Okay.
Did he say his name was FNG?
Maybe. But right now we need to move quickly and yeah, don't get near the things with the tentacles. He says as he kind of side eyes Sarah.
What, you just assume I'm gonna get next to something with tentacles because what, I'm gorgeous, and that's just what happens in those certain niche of porns?
No, I just didn't want to seem racist.
What are you talking about, sweetheart?
Do we know what's to the right and to the left, or are we just going straight?
I came from the right. I mean, there's nothing down there, but there's like a room with this kind of like I don't know how to explain it, but there was not much in there.
How long have you been down here, do you think?
My spell was an hour long. And you see he starts like doing all of these calculations, and then he looks back and goes, approximately 82 minutes.
Savant.
That's
So-
a while.
So, Sarah, can you bring your magic eye closer to where we are so that we are not surprised? Where is your magic eye at?
I
And
sent
why-
it back to spy on the people that I thought Albert said were his acquaintances. Nothing has happened as far as it can see. I can bring it back, but there's nothing really between us and there, if memory serves.
So I just keep going with bravery.
I mean, I can always have it float just a little bit off ahead of us, just to make sure that we aren't ambushed again.
Now
Really?
that we... Oh, sorry.
It
Go ahead.
only lasts so long, though, so...
Did Pravenda want to contribute to something?
I was just going to bring up again, now that we are past this trap, do we maybe want to try to find a place to put your friend down while we eliminate the hostiles you mentioned ahead? It would be bad if they spotted her in her condition. Albert, you said something about the room you were in being relatively secure. Perhaps not secure, but
Empty, if that's what you're looking for.
empty of anything of interest.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to come down this way really quick, we can stash your friend. Is she okay?
No, she's not okay.
No, Albert, we told you, her brain is pudding right now.
Yeah, but you have to realize when you say someone's brain is pudding, that
There's brain
sounds
creatures
ridiculous.
in here, and they were hungry, and they're full.
That's gross.
Yeah, they looked at her a certain way, and after that she started drooling, and it happened to our other friend, and then shortly after the drooling, then it seemed to kind of take control of his psyche, and therefore we're assuming that it's going to happen again, or she's just stuck like this.
You know, I'm surprised when you all saw how handsome I was that more of you didn't just start drooling.
Albert, can you focus a little bit on trying to survive and not trying to be so into yourself?
It's
Yeah.
worth noting that a character with 0 intelligence cannot consent to romantic advances.
Oh, the creeper!
I was,
Ravinda, nobody was even thinking that.
yeah, that's rough. Are you okay? Are you okay?
No, I'm surrounded by lunatics who believe they're in some kind of simulation. This is real life.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, hurry up and deposit Spectre on the ground somewhere because you have a special ability that I think is not going to last forever.
If you want to come over here, there's I mean, maybe you can put her in one of these alcoves, but back here there was a staircase. But I don't know if any of this stuff is dangerous. I mean, it didn't hurt me.
Oh, there is a pool over there that I cannot see because my light only extends this far. But did you happen to see what was in the pools?
There's
Nope.
little shadows as far as the eye could see.
Did it look like they could crawl out and
The
walk
shadows?
around?
I'm not sure.
Are you asking if there's something swimming in the pool? I don't know if I'm following you guys.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the brain creatures could be in the pool. I don't know. We don't know yet. Let's not
mean-
check out by now.
What if you just put her over here? Sat her in that corner there.
Well, because if we need to come back and get her, we would prefer it not to be so far away. Is there no place else further up that
I
you
didn't
saw
go.
would be helpful?
This is where I was at. I didn't go any further.
Oh, this is where you were? Sorry, everything was given to me narratively. My sense of direction is a little off.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So down that way, there's another room, but it looks like it's surrounded by more of that pool stuff that you guys are scared of. It's your call, though. I mean, she's floating, so we could always just pull her along and then, tie her off to like a
Well, that's only going to last for a
At
little
a
bit
carnival.
longer.
like a balloon. You've never seen a balloon?
We could give her to a small child to take home.
That's creepy. Whatever you want to do.
Maybe we bring her up a little bit more, just keeping away from that pool there. Maybe it's safer the way we're going.
Yeah, I don't necessarily trust those pools.
Remember, we are looking for a black box called a Famboozled. Oh, Albert, have you seen a box around that's pretty important to us?
Were you sent on the Famboozle chest too?
I'm not quite sure what a famboozle is. It sounds intriguing.
That's what Gail calls it.
It's a box. It's like a box or a treasure box or something. Very important.
I thought it was like a berry. I haven't seen any boxes. No. Nope. Not,
Have-
Hey,
not
well,
anything like that.
Let's get. Are we heading north still?
But that's uneventful to our left and right. So we go north. Kurtu is the leader. Albert, Kurtu, Albert.
Are you introducing me or telling me the order I'm walking?
Just letting you know that the Kurtu is the one in charge, so you will have to listen to his significant input.
If you guys can get me back out of here and back to the wizard, I'll listen to whoever you want me to listen to.
Wait, should we be looking for more of those pressure plates now that we were
I'm
able to
thinking
identify?
maybe this is a good spot to start looking for them. Yes.
Oh, so you're just going to cut Gale off because you're impatient with my common as second language. Is that why this is going to work?
It could.
All right, well, let's help me look for the pressure plate.
Who's the best one at looking for things and stuff like that? Sometimes my eyes they just don't adjust right.
I don't want to say I'm an expert or anything, but I know my way around a treasure chest or a secret door. You know what I'm saying?
You
Oh.
could have just said me and saved us all that extra word.
Is
There's no
that
fun in
hiding
that.
the rest of your ego?
If I talked the way you guys want me to, my hat would not be this big. No.
All right, well, find Albert, this traveling salesman. Find the pressure plate similar or dissimilar to the one. Never mind, just do your thing.
Alright, I'll throw a hero point at him and then I'll give you a blind check. Try
Okay.
to find another pressure plate.
You do not find any pressure plates in this area.
Yeah, we're looking good.
Keep going.
Okay, I'm going to walk.
Yeah, see, safe.
Sarah, what else was there up above? Do you remember?
Well, there was one room where those prisoners were being held with the blue liquid with a ladle. There was the one room with the purple orb, and there was another room with that deathly looking creature with the tentacles. And then there was the other room with that creature without eyeballs, and then the one with the tentacles for mouths.
Do you remember what's coming up next?
I think the next thing would
That's
be
like
the
a giant
purple
menu.
orb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the purple orb you actually saw in this room over here.
Oh. Well, I would say let's investigate that before
Yeah.
we go further.
She's remembered.
Sorry, I don't
It's
actually.
a big, yeah.
I'm relying on the DM to tell me when I get to places that remind me of things I've seen.
Yep, and the DM's relying on you to say, "Hey, where was that thing I saw?" So between the two of us, we're gonna get it.
It just happened.
We had a moment.
So before we go on, let's check out that purple orb.
Was that the one where his friends may have been?
No, that's somewhere else.
I keep on getting confused. Okay.
I just want to go on record. You guys keep saying friends, but so far you guys have been way more friendly to me than they ever were.
Sarah had the same issue. And
Yeah.
we accepted her.
There's not a lot of friendly folks here.
Yeah, we had an opening in our group.
An
Albert, do you recognize this contraption?
You know, I don't, but you know what I can do? He is going
I
to...
don't know what you can do. You're going to have to tell us.
So as a
We
quick
just met.
visual description here, because again, 3D sometimes is difficult to show. There's a set of stairs here, and then everything you see outlined with this gold is up on the second level. Everything that's not outlined in the gold is on the first level.
You guys see him take his wand, and he kind of rubs his finger across this certain spot on the wand, and as he does, there's these 3 little arcane sigils that light up down the wand, and the end kind of lights up, kind of like a flash of Lumos from Harry Potter, and he's going to use his wand of detect magic.
Did he just rub his wand really sexually?
You got that, huh? See? Everything requires a little attunement. Did you get that one also?
I heard the word little.
It's magical. Let me see if I can determine what type of magic. Adam, can I determine the type of magic school? Well, that's curious. Transmutation.
Hey, Adam, are these like little, I don't know, jars that you could smash and find one gold piece in each of them, like in Zelda?
No, those are pillars. You've seen some before, but not separately like this. They've all been together.
Oh.
This orb here, it's transmutation magic. There's another pool around the backside as well.
There's that hallway down there to the south.
I don't see much down that hallway. It kind of looks identical to my side, but my side didn't have this glowing orb.
So there's a bridge here or something. I see like a funny thing, and like a bridge to the south here. I don't know if that's liquid that is beneath it. It looks like the same color of the pools we've been avoiding, I should say.
And it's difficult to tell from here, Gale, but yes, this is a Think of this as almost like a bridge that goes over towards that central object. The green liquid is about 40 feet down from the bridge.
Oh, this is like a cavern or something. Do you want me to smack the purple thing and just make it not glow?
No.
It, well, I'm not quite sure, but transmutation magic means it converts one thing to another thing, in layman's terms.
What do you want to? You at all curious on the destination of this bridge?
Like I said, I'm following the tiny scaled dragon's orders. You said he was the leader, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes, that's true. So let's go down and see the bridge. Let's leave the glow. Maybe the glowy thing is shielding us from evil stuff. Who knows?
You notice that it's in line with the bridge. Maybe it will shoot something, but it'll hit me probably.
Yeah, continue.
Now I get a better
And I'm
look.
gonna keep moving.
I don't want to go onto the bridge because it's a far way down.
Did was this area here checked, Adam, with the glowing eye?
The glowing eye did move through here, yes.
What about through this bridge? Hey, Sarah, did you have a look with your mind's eye inside this chamber?
I was just told that I did.
Oh, I thought that. Okay, well then that's fine. Then I will take a step closer. What does it look like, Adam? Now I'm 20 feet away.
It is a large object on the central dais. It seems to raise to about 10 feet high or so. There are four, you assume, based on what you can see three of them right now. Looks like three pillars that sort of raise up to that 10-foot mark. And at the very top, there seems to be some kind of almost like a container at the top there. When Sarah's eye previously came through here, she could see that the container was empty.
And this is another pillar.
That looks similar to the objects in the room you just came from, just much, much larger in size.
I am bored. Let's go back.
Remember in a different place we were at, right? You know, not a different world or anything, but different place. Remember when we actually had to turn them all on? Or turn on some and they did some good stuff?
That must have been before we all met.
Yeah, it was way long time ago, like a month ago. Yeah.
Well, I am feeling very brave. I could touch it if you like.
I know you want to, so hold on.
No, no.
I
you
think
guys
that
said
maybe if
you're
this
looking
is
for-
something that is a type of apparatus, maybe, and just maybe, we come back and touch it after we have made this area secure.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Sarah. That's why you're with us.
When do I get to smack something with my sword?
It's likely that the things that I saw up ahead will be unhappy that we are here and not controlled by brains.
Okay, I smack them then. Okay.
By friendly brains, I should say. I'm assuming most of us have brains, but really, the more I meet you all, the less I'm convinced.
That's a nice compliment. Thank you.
How close are we to the first monster you spotted with your eye?
I'll let you know as soon as I remember.
You know, to your north, about 70 feet or so, is a chamber, and the creature you spotted was up the stairs just west of that, and that was the gray-skinned creature and the tentacle mouth creature in that same chamber.
Yes.
Where was the big one with the one you called your mother?
Much farther to the northeast of that.
Do we want to go sneaky and attack them?
It is likely that this thing will see the light long before we ever see it.
Is there light in this chamber ahead of us, Adam? I do see dynamic lighting or something.
From there, you only see the light that is coming from your companions.
Okay.
I think it is a good idea if we get close to this creature that we should leave your friend somewhere in one of these alcoves, perhaps, so it does not spot her.
Maybe we
Yes.
should put her in one of the alcoves now.
Yeah,
This
I think right here would be far enough away.
I will bring her back down to like a 5-foot height, Adam, because I don't want like if my concentration to drop or anything, she just goes plummeting to the earth.
Okay.
Can you-
Levitate, actually, just for future reference, always gently deposits you on the ground.
Oh. So can you speaking of magic, can you bring your eye closer so that I know what's around the corner from which I'm about to pick my melon out?
Sorry, was that a question for me?
Well, yeah, you still have your floating eye that's in the air. Can you bring it closer so I know if I'm going to stick my melon out and someone's going to shoot it with brains?
Yeah, could we use a an actual like token for it?
What is it that you're trying to see?
The tentacle creature and the eyeless creature, the gray-skinned one.
So you wanting to move your eye away from the prisoners and have it back over in this area, so you know that the creature was somewhere over here. Keeping in mind that creatures don't just stay where they're at; they sometimes move. But if you're wanting to bring the eye up to somewhere in the center and then rescan this room, you certainly could.
Yep, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so as you send the eye from the prisoners, so to the east, and you have it move across the area to the west, yes, both of those creatures are still there. So what you're seeing is, like, here is a set of stairs, and then this is a whole different chamber up here, and you're seeing a creature pretty close by the opening, and then another creature, the one with the tentacles, near the back.
There you have it.
Okay, well, where's that door that we could not open? I mean, our job is not to just kill everyone in here, right? Our job is to in my view, to get the flick out.
The door that the eye could not pass through is over here.
Okay, roger that.
So at the very least, it seems like we might alert them to our presence getting to that door.
Okay, so then now I just move forward and look for something to smack, or
And put Spectre over in this alcove. And hope this doesn't go horribly wrong.
Can you describe what you saw to the left again?
All right, I feel like you guys are pulling my chain at this point. What exactly are you trying to figure out?
There is a green-skinned creature, I'm assuming some type of sentry for the larger creature that looks menacing with tentacles for mouth. They are both not too far off to the left. The door that I was unable to see past is just to the north of them, northwest a bit.
Maybe we can cause like a noise or something to come down here. Like I could cast a minor illusion spell or something, and maybe they come over to investigate it.
I can do something along those lines too. I can, make noises, smells.
Well, we don't want them to see your friend, remember. If we're going to do that, we should back off and try to find another place to put her.
You are very concerned about her, Ravinda. We really
I'm
appreciate that about
suspiciously
you.
concerned about her.
Yeah, if you want to tuck her back a little bit farther, I think that would be a safer place, sure. And we can always come back and get her, pending we survive whatever altercation is likely to happen.
That yellow line was the pressure plate, right?
Yes.
So we'll
Could
guide
move
her.
to the right over there.
Yeah,
You could
back
just
here.
lay her down on the pressure plate. She would be protected
between
from
'em.
anything above her.
No, nothing would be able to. It would just go woo, 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 woo. So yeah, I'll just tell her to stay put, and hope that she's not close enough to any pools to get fucked up. But what happens, happens. And now that she's not in my light source, she should be cloaked in her invisibility.
So what do you guys think? Do you want me to cause like a noise up in this area?
I never think that's a good idea because it brings everyone then to or sound an alarm or something like that.
I'm just talking about like footprints or something. I'm not talking about like a big giant bang.
And if you also notice, if you look behind you, we are caught in what is commonly termed as a fatal funnel, and we will be stuck again. With
So it'd be better for us to go in and into the other room then. Is that what you're
we
suggesting?
can go to the right.
You say they're to the left. Why don't we try to move to the right so we have space to our backs?
Okay,
But you have to go quietly. So, shh.
all right. I go quietly.
I have the light too, so how about I step, back here, and you guys go first.
Adam, I'm trying to move quietly.
Okay, blind check.
Oh well, I said it too. Maybe I should.
You said you were trying to move quietly?
I said let's move quietly. Yes.
Oh, well, that's a statement to your allies, not an action that you're taking. But yeah, go ahead and give a check.
Okay.
Just like in math class, you gotta show your work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're both trying to move quietly.
Am I better at it than he is? Just want to know.
Probably.
It's pretty close.
Okay, Sarah, you go next.
All right. I will tiptoe across the floor to the best of my ability.
All right, blind check, please.
Okay, Ravinda, we both are carrying torches. They're probably gonna see us.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, she doesn't say no shit. Yeah. Yes.
Ravinda, you bitch.
So,
Yes, that is likely.
I'm not
Where
sure
are
if I'm
your-
going to be able to maintain this Ravinda sass if it ever passes back to me.
Oh, don't worry, we're all about to die.
Yeah, there you go.
why don't we just walk together and then act surprised that they're over there? Like, oh goodness me,
What?
you didn't like
I
that
was-
plan.
I was reading my spells earlier. What exactly are they doing? Where are they going?
They're trying to go to the right, sneak around the bad guys, because they're to the left. It's a good idea.
And then what?
I don't know. They didn't think further than, I guess, 2 steps. Checkers, not chess.
Well,
could-
what do we do? Just stand in the hallway?
We could try to douse our lights and feel our way around the wall.
And now I got to ask a really dumb question. Are you guys actually communicating back and
No.
forth from your current
No.
positions?
No.
No.
Not
All
listening
right,
to
just
them.
checking.
We got a cup
I'm
and
right
a
next to
string.
Albert.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could do that. If we scoot back a little bit, I can cast a spell for me to see in the dark, and I could guide you.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay,
That
let's
sounds
scoot back a little further.
Gale, I can see the tethered creatures against the pillar here.
Okay, that's where they are. Am I talking in your mind? It's
You
weird.
are?
Oh, cool.
This
Can you
seems
read my
far
thoughts
enough.
or no?
No, that's not how it works.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'll cast Dark Vision on myself.
All right, and I'm going to lock the tokens momentarily. Okay, Albert, throw me 2d20s, please.
That's cool. Bam.
Okay, so as you cast the spell and the verbal components of the spell sort of echo out in the otherwise very quiet area, Sarah, you're going to notice through your eye immediately the creature that's nearby begins to move to the northeast. I'm going to go ahead and put us into action order here. All right, and as this occurs, so as you cast the spell and the spell goes off, the sound sort of echoes around. Ravinda is the quickest to react.
That was a little loud. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't see it, so I assume I'm going through with the plan. So I'm gonna douse the light. Cause I don't. Is there any way I could like hear it moving, or it technically hasn't moved yet?
Yeah, it hasn't moved yet.
Yeah. So yeah, she would douse the light and rely on assume the plan is keep going.
All right, just quick FYI, guys, for the light pieces we were talking about earlier, if you have lights that you want to change, you'll notice that there is a handout called Macro Mule near the top in the handout section. If you have your token selected and then open the Macro Mule, you'll see that there's some different commands in there, such as Snuff Light or Light Spell or Light Torch or Snuff Torch, and that's how you're going to turn lights on and off easy. So just click your token and then have the Macro Mule character sheet opened, and you'll notice there is a tab called Attributes and Abilities. You'll click that, and you'll see the 4 of them. As long as you have a token selected, when you click the die roll icon associated with one of those, it will take the effect that is listed there. Hang on one sec. I'm guessing I didn't give you guys access to those macros.
Light snuff, light spell, light snuff, torch.
I know, I was real creative with these names, wasn't I?
Oh, I'm a moron. There. But now there's probably like 6 light spells on me. So let's see what happens if I click it. I wonder if it was because it was applied to her last session without this that it's not registering it.
It may not. I'll just go ahead and take them off from you from now.
Okay.
Okay, so essentially you're using your action Ravinda to snuff the torch?
The light spell on the icicle or whatever she's got.
Right.
I don't remember what it was, yeah.
Yes, yep, she had light. Okay, so she's dismissing the light spell. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All
And
right.
then because
You can grab my coat. Not my ass, my coat, Ravinda.
yeah, I'll do that. So I am, I guess, grappling him or allowing him to lead me wherever we're gonna go.
Yeah, I would say that's fine enough. Grabbing onto a coat.
That's all I got.
Okay, so Gale, as you guys are moving, I imagine maybe Sarah says something or coughs or does some kind of reaction to realize, something's going on because she's noticing this through the eye, and you're the next to react.
Telepathically, I will say they heard Albert cast his spell. They seem alerted to the fact that someone's here.
Well, I'll just say real quick, do I go back or continue?
I don't know.
Okay, I move here. Psst, Cortu, they heard us. There's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to dodge, and that'll end my turn.
All right. You guys that can have vision will notice this creature moves its way, looking, but you notice it doesn't really have eyeballs, as it has sort of open areas where eyes should be, and it starts moving quickly down the stairs. Kurtu, your turn.
All right, so is it right next to me when you say down the stairs? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get a visual.
So were you watching as the token moved?
Yeah, I saw it. It's just I don't see any.
So there's stairs. So the
Okay.
creature came down the stairs and then came up next to you, yes.
All right, so he's on the same level as me right now, right?
Correct. Yep. The only different level would be up here. So there's stairs here and here. This is a higher level. Everything else is flat.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Fey Touched ability that I get once per long rest.
And I'm assuming that's for Misty Step?
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and get the hell out of there.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just move just up to there. I don't want to get too far away. Actually, I'm going to waste a little bit of my turn here. I'm going to go ahead and go back here. Since that's a feature, Adam, does that count as using a spell?
It does, yes.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot, I'm just going to ready an action that if I see something attacking or getting closer to me, I was going to shoot it with Firebolt.
Has to be more specific than that.
Does this thing look hostile as it came up to Kurtu?
It does, yes. It's holding onto a spiked club as it made its way down the stairs.
All right, I am going to attack this creature here. If I see one of my companions attack it as well.
Okay, that'll work. So you're going to cast Firebolt on the creature if you see one of your companions attack it.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. All right, we move to Albert. So after your spell is completed, who have you cast Dark Vision on?
Myself.
All right, so Dark Vision takes effect. Let me go ahead and apply that. Are you still holding onto your torch?
Well, yeah, because, I had to cast a spell first, so then we went into initiative, so.
So, yeah, I guess just to update the settings, my question is, are you going to use your action right now to snuff the torch?
No, I'm not really going to snuff it, I'm just going to, well, I guess, yeah, we're trying to be quiet, and what I have seen, because it's 60 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I mean, he's right at the edge of my vision. Would I have seen him move down and across with that club?
Sure. Yeah, we'll say yes.
Okay. Well, he will hand Ravinda the torch and say, "Well, the gig's up.
That was fast.
Looks like they see us or heard us. I don't know."
He screamed a spell.
Well, there's only one way you can cast a spell. You know this, Sarah.
That's not true. Says the sorcerer.
So am I able to take the torch on this turn, or is this going to be like a funny...
I'm assuming he's handed it off to you since you guys are playing
Yeah.
musical torches.
Yeah, so because I am now holding the torch, I'm going to try to click this button to see if it works. I don't know if that worked or not.
It worked.
Okay.
All right, 30 feet up, and action, he will don his shield.
Okay, action to equip the shield.
Cool, that's his turn.
Okay, next up is Sarah.
I will hiss a little, grow some spines, and then flick them at this creature.
Yes, that will connect. Striking into the creature and dropping it to the ground.
I'm assuming our buddy Tentacle Face isn't far off. I am going to move into a position to make it harder for him to kill all of us at the same time. Hopefully that's helpful.
All right, stepping up through this area, you notice the creature approaches here. As it does, quickly looking around to see what it can see. And its eyes lock onto you, Kurtu, as it looks in your direction. And as it does, you see it focuses towards you. And I will need you to give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, that's a good one. You sure you don't want to pick a different one, Adam?
Sorry, this one's intelligence. You might notice a theme in this place.
You still have your inspiration.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and I think I'll use that's trying to do it public here. Adam, I will use my inspiration on that one.
All right, feel free to reroll.
Unless it's a low level one, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it's just a low level mind flare.
There you go. I'll keep the 17, Adam, like I have a choice.
All right, as this energy rolls over towards you, striking into your mind, you steel yourself and are not affected. Top of the round with Ravinda.
And I'm going to say out loud,
It tried to attack my mind and failed.
Well, hearing the kobolds scream, I'm gonna I'm gonna move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. I know I just said I looked at my spells, but I gotta look at my spells again. I'm so sorry.
You didn't master the temporary character that you were given? What the hell?
I
Yeah.
had 2 weeks to do it, and then I played a bunch of Fire Emblem Engage instead. Click on 60 feet. Creature in the bonfire space. Okay, so I will, not seeing anything and not wanting to run too far up here, I am going to ready my action to cast Create Bonfire if I see the creature step into this room, and I'm going to cast it on its feet when I see it.
Okay.
And I believe that's all I can do.
Okay, Gale.
All right, I'm gonna move up. Oh, he's up there by the stairs. Okay, time for Nova round. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And with all hate and discontent, I am going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Okay, I'm going to attack. Now, before I do that, I'm going to try to trip him. So I'm going to, I had to spend it first. God, it's like my first, it's been a couple weeks. When you hit a creature, no, I just have to hit it. Okay, hero point, boom. Sword of
Okay.
Gloom.
That will connect.
Priority die, which is a D. I had it remembered. D8 at this point? Yes.
If you're doing tripping, I think we built that in as attack for you, right? There you go. All right, and let's see. You is that rolling?
That-
Hang on one sec.
That can't be correct.
Depends on what he rolled.
Don't hate.
It's fine. It's only gonna eat your brain if this doesn't work. So
Oh,
he's gonna be hungry.
pleasant outlook.
That actually is correct. But since this is one of you guys' rolls and not one that you're not supposed to see, I'm going to fix that so you can see it moving forward. So he is not tripped, but he is wounded.
Okay. Gale's got his glowing eyes, and he's just bringing it again. Hero point.
Is your DC really 10?
It's based on the like a spell effect roll. It means he rolled very badly.
Yeah.
Okay, I will swing up. Is that enough
Did you roll
damage
the
for
same
everybody?
thing again?
No, it's actually better.
So
I'm rolling hot.
yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to fix that really quick. Hang on one sec.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, don't piss off Gale.
Okay, so now it should be fixed. Let me just make sure I got this done right. Okay, so for whatever reason, it does not like it set that way, so I'm going to have to build that up into a different section. Okay, so that will work going forward. I'm just going to turn off the save so it doesn't get confused. All right, so now when you move it going or use it going forward, it should post it properly. And let me give you back the 2 security dice I just burned in testing. Okay, so we're all good there. Now going back to what you rolled up here. So roll a d20. Okay, so I'm applying damage. And he is tripped this time.
Yes.
That means he's prone,
Yes.
which means you have advantage.
Yes. Action surge.
Okay.
And 2 more attacks coming his way. I'm out of... No, 1 more hero point left. Here it is.
Let me set you back to, because that was my testing, but we'll take that. Yes,
Okay,
that will hit.
I'm going to now menacing attack him. Need a wisdom saving throw and add damage to this.
All right, hang on one second. Don't click it quite yet. Jumping through all your abilities here. Is menacing, that one's not built in for you yet.
Correct, yep.
Okay, just roll a d20. And that's wisdom.
Yep.
He's not affected.
Okay, so the damage goes. So here's the sword, and I'll roll a d8 for the superiority.
Okay, he is wounded by that.
All right, second attack out of hero points. This is, yep, here it comes.
That'll hit.
All right, another superiority die going to be burnt, my last one. And
God, you really want this thing dead.
yeah, and it's going to be frightened again, so a wisdom save. Here's my
So-
D.
Yep, just roll d20 for that, so we don't have it built in.
So that's my damage, a D8, and then
Yes, it will be frightened of you.
God damn, Gale. Good job.
okay. Now, bonus action, phase step. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I could see almost half of that square from my vision. That makes it 25. And I'll burn that now if it's built in here. I think when I land, it gets 1 point of damage.
Which thing are you at? Which
It's the summer phase step to there.
Yeah, I think I don't remember. Do you have that posted somewhere?
No, I remembered it from reading. I have books in front of me. I'm a nerd, but it's where I land. Anyone I see where I land can get a save and then take my charisma damage, which is at least 1 because I suck at charisma. In case you couldn't tell.
All right, so no additional effect to him.
All right, and then from there I will end my turn, guys. Now you will finish him with your magic stuffs.
Okay, Kurtu.
All right, Adam, I remember there's stairs. Am I able to even see him?
Probably not, no.
All right, can you tell me... I'm trying not to metagame it too much. I'm going to try to walk into it until
basic idea is he would be up at like the 10-foot mark, but he's prone now, so he's laying flat on the ground. So you can see this ledge, but you're not going to be able to see past it from where you're at.
Okay, I'm going to go here, knowing he's down. I'm going to go ahead and I will just, once I see him, I will cast Firebolt. That'll be my hold action.
All right, so you're ready in action that when you see him, you're going to cast Firebolt on him.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, Albert.
All right, Albert is going to move up to beside Gale here, and he's going to draw his wand, and he's kind of going to ignite the end, kind of like a candle tip, and he's going to hold his action to cast Firebolt if he sees the tentacle mouth creature.
Okay. Sarah.
Am I under the same...
Yes, you would need to get up the stairs to be able to see him.
I'm assuming this is a set of stairs as well.
It is, yes.
All right. I walk to here. Oh, no, maybe Kurtu sees this a little. Maybe Gale sees this a little. I grab my forearm with my other hand, and I just kind of rip my arm off. And it kind of has like these little tendrils coming out the back of it. And I just kind of drop it on the ground, and it kind of skitters across the ground just a little bit. Kind of like Thing from Wednesday. Yeah, Thing from Adam's Family. That's what it's called. But as
his family into this.
Yeah, as it crawls, it grows a little bit bigger into this giant fleshy hand, and it will try to grab this thing on the ground.
Okay, spell effect roll, please. Okay, yes, this does successfully grab him.
Unfortunately, he will be restrained and on the ground, so your poor little held actions are going to be for naught.
Well, that's fine. His move is 0 if he's restrained.
And it looks like you get to do 2d6 bludgeoning damage as well.
Oh yeah, the extra little stuff. A little baby squeeze.
Okay, he is wounded by the crushing fleshy appendage.
I will then make my way back down the stairs in case somehow he figures out how to get up.
All right, those of you, pretty much everybody, maybe Ravinda, this is a little bit more quiet for you, but you hear a very strange sound. Those of you that are spellcasters recognize this as spellcasting, but in a very strange language. Ravinda.
Does it happen to be deep speech?
No, it is not deep speech.
Dang it.
Ravinda doesn't know exactly where he is.
He's to my left. I've almost killed him in one try.
Yeah, but the NPC 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm in a bit of a rental car situation here right now. I don't know if I want to lose the deposit. So,
And I'm pretty sure you did not buy the insurance, so.
yeah. Well, I mean, I sent you payment this week, so that kind of counts.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, I will do the same thing. I'll move up a little bit, 5, 10, just so we're nice and stacked up here. And then I'll already create bonfire if I see it.
Okay.
Because I don't. He said it was up the stairs, right? Gail did? Did you say that, Gail?
Yes, up the stairs to the left.
Yeah, so even if I move all the way forward, I'm still not going to be able to see it, so. It's doing the thing.
I'll move up and say, where did he go? I want to finish him with death.
I don't know where it went. It disappeared on us. Oh, I don't know that, though.
All right, as you start to climb the stairs, Gale, you notice this fleshy appendage there with its open hand, as there seemingly is nothing in it and there's no sign of the creature.
That's my hand.
Will it hurt me?
Not unless I ask it to.
Let me see, that's 5, 10, 15, 20. That's 30 to there. Okay. So now I'm going to choose to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to choose to Misty Face Step again. Bonus action. To there, please. I don't see him. My action is going to dodge.
All right, and in the essence of time, now that you've gotten up there, you don't see him anywhere. You do see light emanating in this room, but he does not seem to be there, and we are out of combat.
I walk back. Guys, he disappeared or something. He's not in this room.
I'm sure this won't come up.
I should have killed him when I had the chance. Why didn't you cast the spell, Kurtu, and that's not commander? He was... You...
Long legs.
We had him.
I just walk up to my hand and it crawls back onto my body.
Thought for sure you were going to say give it a high five.
Nope. It just kind of sews itself back on.
Should we go retrieve your friend? She's still floating back there.
No, we have to find the person who disappeared. That's what we need to do. And I'm going, how high am I up here, Adam?
That platform is about 15 feet higher than the ground.
Oh,
like 12 feet higher than the ground.
Okay, well, excuse me, Sarah. I'm mad, but I'm still going to walk downstairs.
I'll check over here.
Okay, and just doing a quick housekeeping. So, fleshy appendage was concentration. Is arcane eye concentration also?
Yeah.
Okay, so arcane eye is gone. Okay, guys, well, we are right about halfway through our session. You've defeated a couple of enemies here so far. Sarah told you she saw some people to the east. Let's go ahead and pause and take our 15-minute break here, guys.
See y'all in a bit. Good job.
Welcome back to the second half of the Bottomless Dungeon. The group has just defeated a pair of opponents, and we get right back into it.
Defeated, he says so casually.
But okay, so where there's things over here. Are we looking for him? His eyes are glowing, and you see he's still a bit agitated from the combat.
I head upstairs to see I don't remember if he specifically was like looking at or working on something when I saw him before, but just kind of examining this room for belongings, anything that might help us.
Sure, yeah. So the first time you spotted him through the arcane eyes here, he was actually over here, and this glowing ball was over here as well. It seemed like he was looking at this pillar when your eye passed over him. You see that the crystal ball is now over to just to your south.
I think I would call out to Albert.
I'm muted.
Hey, can you
sorry.
come stroke yourself up here again? There's something you might want to check out.
There's nobody around. There's an empty room. Everyone ran away as cowards.
I was muted. Our intention was to go retrieve Spectre. Is she still here? Hello?
No, I hear you. Adam, are you keeping us in silence on purpose? Spectre's still right there, right? We can grab her.
Keeping you in silence?
Yeah, you didn't answer what you said. I was like, wait,
I thought
what's
that was
going
a,
on?
I thought that was a response to Brian. I didn't realize that was a response to me.
I'm asking you, is the invisible character that I can now see because of my torch still here?
Yeah, yep. If she wasn't there, you wouldn't see her token.
Ah, gotcha. All right.
So
We're going to
I will-
retrieve her and pull her back, yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear anybody ask me to do nothing about stroking no wand.
I mean, it goes without
Albert.
saying, right?
Albert, I need you to come stroke your wand up here in front of me.
You know, that's not how it works. I press my thumb in it and activate the sigils.
I'm gonna put her in this alcove for now.
Okay.
Just like hang out here and keep a watch down the hallway.
And you know, last time I did this, I kind of forgot that it's concentration. So if I do this again, I'm pretty sure she's going to drop. You sure you still want me to do this?
What, make her not a balloon?
I thought we did that already. She's just kind of on the ground now.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys are cool with, you know, dropping the levitate on her.
Plus, if you held any spellcasting actions, you would have lost concentration anyway.
Oh, that's true. Good point. Yeah, I will cast detect magic and point my wand over towards that. What'd you call it? A crystal ball?
That's what it looks like, yes.
Seems to have some type of snaky dragon motif.
And Adam, I just updated my bio, so it will track my charges for the wand. So I got one left.
Okay. It is indeed magical.
And the School of Magic.
You concentrate for a moment and recognize shades of evocation magic around it.
I don't want to get too close then. It's evocation, you know, boom, boom, kablooey.
Well, as far as I understand from magic, evocation can also be healing in nature. Is that correct?
But yeah, gosh, if you want to get technical. I mean, most healing is divination. Wait, no, I guess it is evocation. You're right. I usually just make other things do my spells for him. Like this wand, I made it. Do you like it?
We're not talking about your wand right now, Albert. We're trying to figure out if this thing is worth taking with us.
Oh, I don't know. I did what you asked me to. It's magical, and it's evocation magic. Adam, I have a keen mind feat. I don't know if that helps me with recalling any information in my past, but I assume with being in a circus, I've probably met a few people who've used crystal balls. So would I recognize anything about its motif or recall anything about this specific one?
Give me a blind check.
Let me flash of genius that, because I can.
Okay, sure. All right, so I'll add 4 to that roll.
Yeah, the 6 is my arcane firearm, sorry.
So it looks a little bit different in style and motif, perhaps, but you're pretty certain that this is a drift globe.
Oh, okay. Is it floating? Or is it on the...
It is just sitting there on that ledge.
All right. I'm pretty sure I know how drift globes work, right? Just gotta pick it up to activate it.
Yep, yeah. Unless there's something special about this one, standard drift globe, you just pick it up. Yep.
Okay, so before I pick it up, though, I'll just, give the surrounding area a little investigation and make sure it's not Indiana Jones style,
Kurtu and I promptly run away.
Yeah, they thought the same thing. So
Yeah, when you say I'm about to pick it up and look around my surroundings, I'm like, you're not gonna find me. Hell no.
So bag of sand in one hand, and you're looking around. So yeah, blind check to see if there's any traps. No, you don't see any kind of traps. You presume this was sat here to provide some light. As you know, with the benefits of your dark vision, that even with dark vision, you don't see perfectly well in darkness. Essentially, perception checks are at disadvantage. So having light allows you to see perfectly well.
man, that is very cool, and it saves me a second level spell slot. Thinking that it's safe, Albert will go ahead and pick it up, and seeing that nobody can see me, he's just gonna pick it up and see if it works.
Yeah, it seems to work. So he says you can speak another command word. So the way that this works is you do have to have command words. And I think you can learn command words for common simple items like this as part of identifying or a short rest. So it's in your hand, but you essentially don't know the command word yet. You have to toy and play with it.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is gonna use switching the GM real quick, Adam. I'm gonna use one of these, and I'm gonna make it look like it's working.
Okay, sure. So I assume the first effect?
Yeah. I'm gonna come down and be like, ooh, check it out.
What?
This. It will predict your future. Yeah, look, I'm gonna hand it over to Gail.
Well, okay, I have this now thing.
If you don't see anything, then it's probably working.
So I
Yep.
will look into it. Okay.
Yes, so if you stare into it, you should see a bright light that none of us can see. And he's gonna kind of sarcastically look around at Sarah and Kurtu and wink at him.
Okay.
Was there something in your eye? You just winked at me a little bit.
Gosh.
What does winking mean?
Yeah.
Am I being bamboozled?
You are. You
I'm
are.
pretty sure he's trying to lie to you.
What? Give it
It's
back
not
to
a
him.
lie. It's only a small trick. It's just a little display of some things I can do,
Albert, you're still trying to prove yourself to us. I don't know if tricking us is the thing that you want to do right now.
Well, just pointing out, I ballooned your friend and I picked up the magical item you were all scared of. So,
Yeah.
haha.
Yeah, you're very powerful. That's great. And also, there's some people. I think the prisoners are down there to the east. Shall we go while we're joking around? There's people who could be dying.
Yeah, Albert, come on.
Yeah, okay, put it on me. You guys all
Well, they
retreated
were
from the
your
room.
party members, maybe.
Yeah, look, I told you, I got hired to find some treasure. I don't really care if I find him or not, but wasn't that other person that's with us, Ravinda? Isn't she looking for her friends or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
Speaking
maybe.
of, Ravinda, I know you've got those feeble little eyes of yours. I'm going to kind of just take a look at the torch in her hand. Kind of concentrate on it a little bit, wiggle my fingers around, and I'm going to use the control flames that doubles the light cast by the flame, just to give you one more thing to add to the
Sure,
torch
absolutely.
macro.
Yeah, it burns very brightly as the flames extend, and so does the light radius.
Do you guys want me to just hold on to this?
Well, if you find another ball, you will have a complete set with your wand.
Why do you think balls only come in sets of 2? How very masculine of you.
Do I have to explain it to you?
Should I bring your friend along, or are we leaving her there for now?
Let's leave her there just for a second. Let's see if these people are okay.
You guys see as Albert takes that drift globe, and there's a tiny little coin pouch that's on his side, and he's just going to shove the entire thing in there, and it just plop, completely disappears within it.
No one was watching you.
Yeah, you were. You just said that out loud.
All right, as you get a better visual of this area, it's much as Sarah described to you when she visualized this through the eye. There's a center object here that is very similar to some of the other ones that you've seen in other rooms. However, this one has 3 humans, stuck to it. These two, the northwest and southeast one, look to be unconscious. Their heads are just like almost like they're glued to this object, and they're completely unmoving. The one down here that you can kind of see through the bodies is moving a little bit, and you actually, as you start coming around the corner, you hear him say, "Ah, ah, ah!"
Is that more of the brain pudding you guys were talking about?
We don't know these people, Albert.
I don't think I recognize... No, can't say I do.
I elbow Kurt to go talk to him. Make leadership decisions.
Oh, are you guys okay?
You
How
sound
did
like
you
you're
guys get up
very-
here?
You notice the two that are unconscious do not respond still, but the one in the southwest says, "Ah, who are you? Are you with them?"
I'm with my friends here. My name is Kurtu. We've come here maybe to help you, depending.
Oh, I know. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. Are you real?
Yeah, oh, yeah, there's some evil mind creatures around here, but we're not them. We barely, we're not mind creatures. How do I get you guys down?
I don't know. Can you come where I can see you? I can't move my head.
I'm afraid of getting too close to that glow.
Adam, can you describe this a little bit?
I can, yeah. So you notice that there is a basin. So you've seen a couple basins around. This one seems to have like an insert in the basin, like a wooden liner, you might think of it as. And just next to it, you see that there is a ladle with a wooden handle and a steel cup at the end.
Have you seen anybody use this ladle?
Yeah, I have.
And what happened to him? And what? Tell me more.
Are you real? I can't see you. Can you come here?
I'm gonna come this way.
Adam, I'm going to scoot around here.
Okay. And you notice he now turns his head, and he can't really turn his head, so his eyes are like straining to the corners just to be able to see you. Oh, well, I guess you're not as ugly as the other ones, but you're not with them. You're not trying to trick me.
If I was trying to trick you, I would say no, but I'm not trying to trick you, so I'm going to say no. So either way, it's not a good question.
You see he blinks his eyes and seemingly looks terrified and confused.
I would tell you this. We're here to help you. I'm going to let you down a little bit if that's what you want, but I don't know how to let you down, and I don't know what that ladle does. And I've got other friends with us. Were you here with other party members too?
Give me a blind check here, Kurtu. Party members? No, I'm a minor, and they came and got us, these little things. We tried to run, but they were too fast for us. It's like they knew exactly where we were, even when we tried to hide.
Were they little brain creatures?
Yes, they were. Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God, we ran into them too, and it took over some of our friends, and they started attacking us, so we know the challenges you're facing. How do I get you down there? I don't have I don't want to try fire, and that's not good.
No. There's something sticking my head to the. I don't know how to come down. They put us here. I don't know.
I'm wondering if when they used the ladle, right? So was that actually causing you guys to get more sticky, or was that like loosening you up,
No, you
or
see,
was it delicious? I mean, that's an option too. Delicious is good.
no, you see, well, what happened is that after those little creatures hit us, we couldn't do anything. We couldn't move, and it was like your brain was just all mush. There was nothing you could do. But then they brought us back here, and we could just barely move. I couldn't really even see anything. But then when they got here and pushed our heads to it, they dipped into that water there with a ladle, and they put just a drop on each of us, and the head started to clear. We could think again. They interrogated Stegor and Liker. They asked them questions, but not with their mouth. It was like in their heads. I heard it a little bit too. But after they did that, I heard them screaming and trying to move and do everything they could. I don't know what they did to them, but they've been real quiet since then.
Oh, and maybe this will help our friend. So you're saying if your friend looked like a zombie person and you poured this on them, a little, like one drop, then all of a sudden their mind came back to normal?
Well, we didn't pour it. They poured it on us. The purple ones with the tentacle mouth.
So that would be a yes? They went back to normal?
I don't know. But you could start to think again.
Oh, good. Okay,
Adam, I'm going to look to see if how stuck they are. I don't know if that makes any sense, but do I get the feeling that we can pull them off, or is there like skin attached to it?
So it's sort of like imagine if you saw a blue glob of energy. So it's not like a sticky substance. It almost looks like an ethereal type of energy that connects their heads to the pillar. You could try to pull them. You don't know what effect that might have.
In the meanwhile, I'm trying to reach out to the closest one telepathically.
You are unable to make a connection.
So, Kurtu, I heard you talking. Do you want me to try to break this guy's head off pillar?
No, don't do that. No, don't break my head.
I don't know if this is the smartest idea. I think there might be more of those brain creatures inside. The same thing's happening to the one that's tethered. I'll try with the guy who's alive.
Yes, you connect to a mind.
Okay. But it's different. Okay.
Post that ability again. I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly.
Yeah, last time he used it, he tried to connect to Leroy, and then he didn't get anything.
Okay, so I was trying to see if it was willing or something like that. But yeah, it looks like it doesn't require them to be willing. So yes, you form a connection with the one who's conscious.
Okay, I'm going to drop it. I just want to know if it worked.
Okay.
The ones here, the other ones, however, I don't think we should free them.
Oh, so you think that maybe they're just still evil?
I think that whatever it is being ladled onto them is likely corrupting them somehow.
Now, excuse me, Mr. Miner here. When they put the juice, did they put the juices on you too from the ladle?
Yes.
I'm going to check this person right next to me to see if they have a pulse or anything, Adam.
You do feel a pulse, yes.
Okay. I'm wondering if it may be worth trying this on Spectre.
You find nothing of value, Gale.
Their pockets are empty.
You were looking for notes from their parents or something?
No, I was looking for a way out of here.
Yeah, maybe they had keys. Mr. Miner, who's tied up, we'll be back in just a minute. I want to check something with our friend.
But don't go too far. They could be around any corner.
Don't worry. If things get too rough, I will break your head off of the pole.
All right, so I'm going to...
Hey guys, this is what there are some people tied up to a pole with magic and stuff. I don't know how to break Yeah, but they said that when the creatures were inside of their brains, that they poured the ladle on them and they came back to normal. So it could be just stew or laundry detergent. I don't really know, right? But it could be a way to go ahead and bring our friend Spectre back.
Well, we can definitely try that. I think it would be worthwhile. Ravinda, can you earmuffs just a second?
What do you mean by that?
Put your hands over your ears.
Sure, whatever.
As she puts a torch to her face.
Really
burned
bright.
myself. 1d10.
A really bright torch. I'll have you all remember that, as sympathetic as we may be to these trapped people, they are facsimiles of what used to exist. So, if freeing them even presents us the slightest risk of danger, I don't know that it's necessarily worth it.
Right? But I mean, we have Mr. Top Hat as well.
What?
He came down through the
But he
wizard
told
portal
you,
as
but
well.
we don't know that to be true. Maybe a brain creature took him over. He could be fake.
Well, he's helped us insofar as to help get Spectre across that trap. And then he picked up a ball, so I suppose he's
Yeah, but
somewhat
so did
convinced
one of
himself.
my good friends in our other place, which isn't a different world, right? We were pretending. He did good too. He was a gnome and he did some good stuff, and then he disappeared.
I'll telepathically tell Ravinda she can take her earmuffs off.
You guys realize that you told her to cover her ears, but then talked about me?
Don't understand that either. I know, but I was trying to use my library voice.
You kept looking at me.
Well, that's because you got a top hat. It's cool, remember? So anyway, let's go bring Spectre over
Yeah.
here, and maybe let's try the ladle anyway. It can't hurt. What are we going to do, make her stupider?
That's true. We
Why
could
don't-
also potentially just turn her into a brain monster. We don't know
She
what that
could just
serum
get wet.
does.
I don't know. She could smell like, stew. I don't know.
Why don't we just bring the ladle over? Just carry the liquid, just in case those brain monsters are in those other people, as you say, they might jump out. If we bring her in there, why not take the liquid to her?
Oh, we're so glad you're with us.
Ravinda is just the smartest.
I think she just doesn't think with reckless abandon. But
I think this is a good idea for our FNG, the low man work.
Unless he
you
doesn't
want-
want to earn his keep, sure.
You want me to go scoop a ladle of brain juice and dump it on your friend, and you?
No, just a
and-
little bit. The person there
Oh
said
my
just a couple
goodness.
drops.
I will use Mage Hand to use the ladle.
Oh, Mage Hand, that's right. I have that too.
See, that's a good idea because you did say you didn't trust me, so this would be a perfect time for me to backstab you. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, so then if you did the low man work, then you were part of group.
Alright, so Sarah, you cast Mage Hand to reach out to touch the ladle.
Yeah, and I will ladle some of this blue-white liquid and kind of carry it back towards Spectre. Assuming that it's a regular ladle and regular liquid, and that it can be transported with an invisible mage hand.
It
As
seems
he's
to work, yes.
As he's passing by, can I take a look into the ladle? Do I see anything in the mixture? Are there more shadowy shapes swimming around in there, or?
Not that you can see, no.
Okay.
All right. Do you just want me to dump it on her?
They said a couple drops. That's what they said.
All right.
Wait, how do I know when I have to cut head off?
You'll know.
Okay, go ahead. I'm ready.
All right. I will ever so gently have the hand tip a couple drops of this blue-white liquid onto Sarah. Spectre, Jesus.
Is this onto Spectre's head?
Yes, as described by the person clinging to the wall.
And what is Spectre wearing on her head?
Nothing.
All right, so the liquid drops into Spectre's hair, kind of runs down a little bit. You don't see any obvious effect until the liquid starts running down the face, goes towards the eyes, and seems to seep into the eyes. Spectre, you suddenly blink very carefully and realize your intelligence is restored. However, your mind is very foggy. You have disadvantage on any saving throws dealing with intelligence for a period of time.
Excellent. Do I feel the fucking Mind Flayer tadpole in my brain?
You don't feel that, no.
Okay.
I think.
But it's there. You just don't feel that.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so she's blinking her eyes a lot.
So
Ask
I'm no
a question.
longer stunned.
What's a question she only knows?
Wait a second. Can you go into her brain and see if it's really her? If you can, hello,
Yeah,
Sarah,
I'll connect
Sarah, the
with
Earth
her.
person.
Hello, Spectre. This is Sarah, your friend. Is it you inside of there?
Oh my. Am I able to answer him?
You can, yes. Your just mind's real foggy. So imagine like waking up from one of the worst hangovers you've ever had, and you've got like that pounding in your head, and everything that's happened in the last like 24 hours is all just meshed together.
So a standard Monday. Okay. Oh my fucking
Oh man, that's
God.
only a couple hours away for you.
That.
Her mouse is not moving. I don't hear anything.
Spectre, Gale took all of your shit.
Oh, what do you mean? Is this still telepathically, or are they talking to me normally now?
No, I'm in your head.
I'll keep that in mind. Jeez. What happened? The last thing I remember is you running away from something and then blackout.
Yes, I'll be speaking audibly at this point. Yes, we were attacked by one of those brain creatures, and you didn't have the intellectual fortitude to withstand its assault, and you've been kind of in a stupefied state ever since, but
You've been a mule. Snap out of it.
there is cocaine inside of you.
Actually, I do remember what was happening. I was having the most pleasant dream I've ever had. It involved me taking my fingers and wrapping them around Kurtu's neck and squeezing and shaking until he went limp.
Oh, she's back! I knew it! Oh, give her a big hug. You're back, Spectre!
Jesus Christ.
A
Can
lot
I
has
have...
changed. A lot has changed since you bowed down and worshipped me when we were in the hotel room. I'm just saying.
Spectre, who is this Jesus you reference?
A guy I get along with sometimes, but not usually because of reasons. Gail, can
Oh.
I have my shit back?
Yes, you could have all the gold back and plus interest because I took some from Leroy. He's a dead body. So you could take 394 gold pieces back into your pockets.
You can keep the money. I owe you for it anyway. It sounds like you people saved my life, which is the opposite of what was supposed to happen. Slurring my speech a little bit because I still have the biggest fucking headache I've ever had. But just give me my weapons. I might have to stay back a bit. Use the bow as normal, but...
Okay, here you go, my friend. So this goes into your right hand. Do you remember this one? This is the bow.
I got it.
Okay. And then you have this other one, and then these ones. You look good. You're going to do great.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Does anybody have a bottle? Maybe we should bring some of the juices and put it in a bottle for later.
That might be a very good idea, actually.
That's the second one I've had this week.
I can fill up my water skin with it.
I have a whistle.
Oh, don't drink it by accident. I have a forgery kit. I don't see that I'll need to forge my way into any country soon, so I could dump some of my ink out. We can use that if you'd like.
I'll fill up my water skin, but if you wanna fill up your inkwell, that's fine too.
No, I just worry about you accidentally drinking it. Oh, and Spectre, they've told me your name. I am
yeah, you're new.
Albert. Yes, you interrupted my introduction.
It happened twice now.
His name is Albert. That's all you really need to know.
That's about it. Yes, that's all.
Hi, Albert. Welcome to our crew. We're so excited to have you.
He's very good at standing in the dark and picking up orbs and stroking his wand.
Jesus.
Most men are.
And
Is
he's
that
got
what
a
you call
nice
him?
hat, too.
Oh my gosh. I'm Albert. Hello. It's nice to meet you. I ballooned you and carried you this far. That was not intrusive or any way needing your consent. So I apologize if you have maybe a headache. That might have been from being levitated.
Well, it's not customary of me to admit this, but I appreciate it. What's happening? How
Adam-
far did we get? Did we find the exit?
Remind me if the big tentacle creature was up this way or back the other way.
Straight to your northeast at the moment, and you would know through your vision that you can actually get there either way. So the way you pointed the first time or the way you just pointed, both lead to the
Okay.
same direction.
Okay.
Did we try to get one of the prisoners off of the big pole, though? I think so.
I don't trust that they haven't been infected by it. Presumably whatever's swimming around in the green stuff we've seen this entire place.
And
What do you mean prisoners?
you were, as they called it, brain pudding, and the level after that is apparently attached to this machine by your head.
We
Sounds
spend a couple
unpleasant.
minutes filling Spectre in on everything that's happened so far.
And I will offer a blood dropping of Goodberry. Spectre, do you remember you made these before you were puttied?
Like
And-
3 days ago.
No, she casted
Oh,
it
that's right. That's right.
before. If you could, Kurt, to pay attention. So then I offer. Are you feeling better? Would this make you feel better?
I've got 3 of them.
Oh.
We may want to save those in case someone gets knocked on their ass.
Okay, you look good. You're going to do great things.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. I'll remind you, and maybe it's been brought up while I was asleep, but none of these people are real. So, who cares?
Exactly. Yeah.
The guy with the top hat doesn't know yet.
Hey, Albert, none of the people in here are real. Hey,
I
Ravinda, how
did
you
not
doing?
recommend saving them, so that sounds great. That means we don't have to. Decision made. Now,
Where did
Are we
Sarah
gonna-
go? She's zipping around everywhere. I'm trying.
I'm right over here.
I
I'm just
feel like-
looking down at that door that we all talked about. I
don't
couldn't
go
get
too.
open.
Don't go too far from
I'm
here.
right here.
worried.
I've never
Okay.
left Ravinda's sight.
Okay, all right.
Kurtu comes over here and he whispers to these folks,
We gotta come back and find some magic to get you off the pole. Just go ahead and go to sleep. We'll be back in a little bit.
No, please don't leave. You said you're gonna help. Help!
Oh, yeah, now we're gonna have to go find some magic to do that with, but we'll be right there. You can trust us. We're good adventurers.
Ah! You hear that echoing out as you're walking away.
I just felt obligated to give them false hope.
Well, that was a fantastic way of doing it. Also, I would like to point out that I think Gail is extremely positive. You make great company. Are you always this cheerful?
Yes, I'm always this cheerful.
Does anyone know where we're going?
Well,
Also,
there's a door here. And
yes.
up to our northeast is a creature that I can only assume will put up an incredible fight and or destroy all of us, based on its physical appearance.
I have to say, I feel the need to show you guys what I can do, so I bring...
Oh, another wand.
He's a salesman. He's sailing himself.
Give
I
it a
have
good tug, Albert.
I'm not a salesman. I ran a circus.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yes, thank you.
You have a bear?
No, we did not have bears. We had camels, though. They were magnificent.
You gonna
they
put
don't-
on a tutu,
I
dance
do not
around
know.
on a tightrope?
No, not me personally. No, I was the ringleader. I was the.
Yeah, that's nice. So what about the door?
I don't.
Yeah, but were
the
you
door.
gonna do something? We're all just waiting.
Oh, I just walked up here.
You
What do you
said
want me to do?
you said watch this, and we were all just standing here waiting. And
Yeah, like the
nothing has
show. It
happened.
just yeah.
Gosh, you guys are. You really know how to encourage someone. Am I trying to open this door? Is that what you would like?
Oh, and good luck, Albert. You're going to do great.
That's incredibly nice, that guy. Well, here it goes.
Oh, in case the lightning bolt comes down, I'm going here.
All right, Adam. You said it's sealed, like completely top to bottom, or that's what Sarah told me, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so can I just inspect, the general walls on both sides to see if I can find a mechanism to open the door?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a blind check.
You know what? I've got the points, so I'm gonna use a hero point.
Okay. You don't find anything out of the ordinary on the two sides, but right in the center of the door, there seems to be almost like an indentation. It's very, very slight, hard to even see by the naked eye.
Indentation, is it like, well, I guess I'd have to get a little closer to inspect it. Without touching it in any way, can I, lean in as close as I can to see if I can go over maybe its shape and size?
Yeah, as you look very closely, it seems to be 4 different indentations. They're sort of like a square shape in relation to one another. So, but think of like 4 circles, one in the northwest, one in the northeast, southeast, southwest, like that, like right in the center of the door.
Okay.
Are they the size of a drift globe and/or the purple orb we saw earlier?
They are
As
not.
Yeah, he's thinking, So if they're not the size of either one of those orbs, would you say those orbs are comparable in size, the purple one and the drift globe?
No, the drift globe is much smaller than that purple orb.
Okay, so is it like maybe like the size of like a palm, or like maybe more like the size of a key, the indentation?
I would say it's about the size of, I don't know,
Of a mind player's tentacle diameter?
Well, I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, exactly that.
Oh, you bastard.
Huh.
They have to stick their mouth in this hole?
Did he open the door yet, Kurtu?
I don't think I can.
What?
Nah, he's not as good as he was promising.
No,
Kind of
no,
overpromised, underdelivered.
No, try
I-
harder. Try harder.
It has a key.
Oh.
I think the key, based on what I saw that creature very briefly, the key was its mouth.
The one that I almost killed in one round and you guys did not. Well, you put the hand down. That was nice.
I tried.
This-
It had
Yes.
magic that we didn't anticipate.
But that one, the tall one.
Yeah, that one there. That
Exactly
was
that
so
one.
good, Gale, too. That was wonderful.
So we just need to kill one and bring its head? That sounds easy enough, right?
Presumably, or unless one of you can somehow magic yourselves into looking like one, maybe that orb back there, the transmutation will turn you into one of those creatures and you can just stick your face up to it.
Not it.
I volunteer.
Thanks.
I mean, that is what transmutation magic does, is it not?
Why would
First,
you
look
want
for a key.
Fair enough.
But I do like your idea because I know Mr. Top Hat said he wanted to really do that. Open
The
the door.
problem is if we kill one of those things, I'm not quite sure that its tentacles are going to do what we ask them to.
That sounds encouraging.
So,
Albert, you were in a different form when we first met you. Can you do that again?
oh, he was. You're right. Sarah's so
Yeah.
smart.
Yes, ingenious, but I cannot do that anymore, no. I used the ability to allow me to see in the dark. Yes, that was a good one. And to levitate your friend over the decapitating trap.
Okay, so at this point, then you have no use.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Can't even open up a door after. Oh, look at what I can do.
Oh, guys, we should be more nice to our new friend. Come on. We have to stick together.
This guy is
Ravinda,
great.
do you have any type of magics that allow you to alter your form?
Magic to alter one's form is not something to be played with lightly.
No, we're not playing. We're trying to survive, Ravinda.
I assume she meant no by that, but she's sassy. I like her.
Oh, Sarah, if we go up here, we're in big trouble, right? You predict?
If we go up there and then just off to the right, that tentacle creature is likely to kill us all.
Oh, okay, then that's good to know.
But what if it's
Well,
guarding?
Hey,
the
doesn't mean
key?
it's gonna beat us.
Yeah, that does sound like a key guarding monster if I've ever heard of one.
I still think maybe that orb would help us out, but I guess we're at an impasse. We either head back to the purple orb, or we head forward and brave ourselves against this creature.
Do you have any idea what the purple orb even does?
Yeah,
Albert
it
said it.
transmutates.
Yeah, it's got
I beat you.
transmutation. He did beat me.
Yes. Can't interrupt me if I go first. Haha.
This is his whole thing now.
Do you have any idea about the specifics? Are you sure if it transforms you into one of those things? Do you still
No.
have your own brain?
I don't know if it even does that.
No, pure speculation.
Pure speculation.
So you want to shove your face into an orb and then shove your face into a door and hope things work out?
No, I was hoping Ravinda would do it.
I like her too. She's great. We've got Sass. We've got. I don't know much about Spectre. She just came back to life. So.
We could potentially make one of the prisoners do it.
Well, why don't we see if we can find a key first?
All right.
Okay,
I
or I
mean-
break his head off the pillar.
No, that is not positive and cheerful.
Well, sometimes reality is not positive and cheerful.
That's true, but we're looking for a portal to get out of here, right?
Yes,
So,
we are. Yes, that's what you're doing to get out.
right.
All
So, there was, instead of going up this way, I believe there was another way to go.
Down and around.
Yeah, across that way actually, just straight on.
Let's check that way.
Did I check that way with the eye, Adam?
You did, yes. Nondescript, or it looks very similar to the other areas here. Nothing stuck out to you other than that pool of liquid on the ground, which you saw when you were near the prisoners.
But otherwise, it all just kind of wraps back around.
But it goes to the same
Yes.
room, right? So it's all. This is where the bad guy is somewhere ish.
By the way, that torch is really bright. Do we need it to be that bright?
Well, Spectre, when you were all pudding-headed, we didn't have to worry about the light source. I'll dismiss my control flames.
I hate to break it to you all, but this way over here does not look like it goes anywhere else. Dead end and kind of creepy.
Yeah, I basically told you as much, Albert, but you ignored me.
That's what I do. So do we just gotta go straight, huh?
Yeah, Adam, can you remind me? Is this a raised platform as to
It
why we
is.
can't see past it?
Yeah,
Okay.
so there's both a raised platform, and then if you'll recall, there's the exterior wall, and then there's an interior wall. So what you were looking at here is actually the interior wall, and that separates the center dais from the rest of the room.
But there's no that creature is not visible from where we are.
No, when you spotted the creature, it was over here inside of the interior wall up on this second level. So where you notice this sort of black shape, this is elevated, and the stairs that you spotted through the eye were on the back side.
Okay. I mean, we could potentially sneak around this thing and get to the stairs. But I think we're kind of at a decision point. Either figure out what potentially that purple orb does, or chance a run-in with this creature.
So what abilities do we have as a group to figure out the purple ball?
I have fireball, so just throwing that out there.
Practical solutions. I can.
I
smack
just
it.
I know, but my fireball's a lot of answers. It solves a lot of problems.
Okay, so write it
Find
on
my
the
original.
no bad ideas. We have a fireball, my sword. What else?
I can make a cannon.
Okay, so I'll write down cannon on whiteboard. Okay, cannon.
Polymorph, but I can't polymorph someone into like a creature with tentacles like that, though. I mean, maybe an octopus or something, but not the same thing.
That's actually a bad idea. I'm not going to write that down.
There's no bad ideas, Gale.
So I think Sarah's right, though. I mean, either we fight this creature up ahead and see if there's any extra secrets in the room, or we go back and somebody touches that orb.
Do you happen to see anything else in the room when you were scouting around? Or was it just the creature? I imagine it captivated most of your attention, but there may have been something else.
Central wall with a large object in the center of the room that looks like the four pillars with a container on top. Several of the pools of the liquid that looks just like the room you're in right now, pretty much all around that center area around the interior wall.
That.
And remember, I could also help people fly, maybe even 2 people. Does not help us with the door, I know, Gale, but still.
But still, I like to fly sometimes. Sounds fun. Oh, I did fly once. Yeah, that was
I
great.
don't remember if it's you or a different character you had. I don't know.
No. I flew over the things to get that other thing. Speaking of, guys, are you not a little bit suspicious? We find nothing in this place. Not one one little glowy ball, and that's it. Have we been looking around in these pools and pillars for things? Just a thought.
You think they're gonna be hiding the key under a rock near the door or something?
Well, we are also looking
There.
for the
I
Famboozle.
do.
We're also looking for the Famboozle. Since we're here. I don't see Famboozle in plain sight.
If you decide that we are going to fight this creature, let me know and I will bestow some nature's blessing upon Spectre here.
Oh.
It sounds like the dungeon master wants us to fight the creature.
No, I don't know. Not always violence is the answer.
Well, were there anything other than the big creature, or just the big creature by itself?
You said
Wait.
there were pools like these ones. Can someone whose head isn't splitting open take a look and see if there's anything in there that's gonna jump out at us?
Somebody certainly could, yes.
As you say that, I jump back like, oh, you think something's going to jump out?
All right, Sarah, you look down into the pool here, but you don't see any shapes.
Maybe you gotta go deeper.
How big were the brain creatures? Does it look like they could fit in these pools, or would they be very noticeable if they were in here? How deep is the water?
It's
Or
not.
liquid?
It's kind of opaque, so you can't see the bottom of the basin. The brain creatures were size tiny, so they certainly could fit in here. Hard to say. The shapes that you saw before in the first basin that you saw were much smaller than the brain creatures.
Okay.
Kurtu, I'm starting to imagine that the Famboozle doesn't exist.
Just remember, there's a lot of different places that the Famboozle could be at, though.
This is all just a trick.
We don't know.
It's a scam between Marin, and Alexander to make money off of
Maybe
fools
so.
like us.
Maybe so. Do we want to go down and check out that transmutation object? Is that what you guys want to do, or do you want to fight? That's what we have. That's the decisions right now.
Well, we don't know how to make any sense of the purple ball.
Maybe that's what teleported Mr. Scary Face down there. Maybe we go check down there. Maybe we find Scary Face down there.
That makes sense. Might as well check the box, as you say, here in Faerun.
Yeah, we could keep the card next to our chest or something like that, too.
Yeah, poor Leroy.
And perhaps you could explain why it is that you were unable to open the door.
Well, I leave that up to the salesman, and he said he could not figure that out either.
Come to think of it, do we even try to just push it open? Maybe it's
I
not
would
locked.
imagine he would have tried.
He said he would open it, and if it didn't open, then we must trust him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to go and push it if you'd like to try.
Okay, I will go try to push open door. This way, Sarah? I don't remember my... Oh, yeah, I see, yes.
We got you.
Okay, I hit on the icon. The door's locked.
You
I'll
try to push the door and it does not open.
I try to lift it.
There's nowhere for your fingers to get underneath the door to try to lift.
I kick it.
It makes a resounding sound as though your foot is echoing off of the door.
Oh, gosh. I was doing the Zelda open the chest with a kick. Oh, there's nothing. I even tried to kick it. And I'm not smart enough to figure out the lock on the door. In case you haven't noticed.
Okay, since we don't know what to do, let's go ahead and check down the area and see what that glowy thing does.
Okay, I think that's a good idea rather than sitting around twiddling our pinkies.
See, I don't really like this plan because I feel like you guys are going to make me touch it.
Oh no, we may vote though. Who knows?
I don't know what F and G stands for, but it sounds like first person to go.
Okay, it's still here. Oh, don't forget there's a bridge too. Okay, so now I'm standing here. Do you want me to touch the purple ball?
Do you want me to use my mage hand first?
Sure. That makes sense.
Do you want to stand away from it? Because last time, remember when I blew something up, it hurt me and the genie.
Well, I feel here that I have cover from the pillar. I'm ready.
Adam, I'm going to mage hand this.
Alright, you cast Mage Hand and your hand reaches out and touches upon the purple ball and nothing happens.
And I'm going to act like ill and I kick it.
with your mage foot.
Sorry. How big is it?
Decent size, like bowling ball size.
Does
Alright,
it look like Does it look like it's fastened to the pedestal at all, or floating, or?
It is not floating. It is resting there. Whether or not it's fastened is hard to tell, but you could see the mage hand was not able to budge it.
Okay.
You want to go look into this pool here?
If that's a pool, Adam, I don't know.
That is a pool, yes.
All right, I'll take a look inside. Pool.
You see numerous small shadows darting through this viscous liquid.
There's like little fish in there.
I bet those little brain things.
Like baby ones.
Do you think we should put something on top of it?
Okay, I have in my pockets a bedroll.
Adam, would a bedroll cover the top?
Yeah, if you could get the balance on top, sure.
Okay, I put bedroll over the purple ball.
Okay, you've covered the purple ball.
I was actually meaning putting it over the swimmy thing, but you know.
What, you think Swimmy Thing's gonna jump out and eat your face?
Yes, I do.
That
Actually,
roll will
yes.
definitely not cover the basin.
You could see if that liquid is flammable, and we could just assume that whatever's inside means as ill intent. Though I'm assuming everything in here is connected, like some weird myconid colony.
I'm wondering if maybe these are all of these just like connected, and they swim from one hole to the other.
So let's think. Forget about those stupid fish. We have a purple ball that we are curious about, and we know that's transmutation magic. Do we touch it or not? And then we move on.
I don't think we do, but I think you should.
Why did we come all the way down
Then,
here?
yeah,
If
then we
nobody's
need-
gonna touch it.
Yeah.
So I don't make sense why I don't touch.
Well, if you touch it, one of two things happens. Either it turns you into the big mouth tentacle people, or it turns you into the
it
little
doesn't.
tadpoles, or you go into the pool.
Well,
Or
that-
you gotta pick it up and bring it all the way down the bridge.
And if you guys are feeling totally stuck here, if you want to, you guys, you can make a blind check here based on intelligence to see if your characters can intuit anything as far as what's going on.
There's a locked door, and we need to get past it. That's all I know. You think my head is too foggy to do this?
No, you can. You'll
There's
just be at disadvantage.
Personally, I think that this orb is more linked to this like stage than it is to us getting out of here. But I'm not.
Yeah, I
quite
have no
sure.
idea
that's
why
what I'm
this door
thinking
would
too.
have anything to do with it.
but also, there's no clue. Like, I don't recognize a purple thing anywhere else around here.
Yeah, but in all retrospect, we don't recognize anything here really. So
I'm just wondering if it needs to. I'm just going to say this out of character. I'm wondering if it needs to go on the pedestal and go up here.
Yeah, go down the bridge or whatever. But yeah, I'm happy to pick it up if that's what we are thinking.
well, I mean, if that was the case, you would think that there would be one on the other side as well, but there's not.
And there was a pedestal like this in the room with the big creature, right?
A pedestal. The purple orb pedestal?
Yeah.
There is not another purple orb anywhere you've seen.
Oh, I thought you said that it had like a
It-
couple.
It has
Like
one of these deals
twice
that's much larger in size.
Oh, the bigger one. Okay.
How did our intelligence check there?
Everybody
Go
that
at
chose to make one failed.
Big surprise.
Fantastic.
Okay, well, I'm going to sheath my sword. And I'm going to reach out and pick it up, Adam.
All right, as you reach out with your hand, touching upon this orb, what is on your hand? Glove, gauntlet, nothing?
I guess nothing. I have bracers, maybe.
Okay, so your bare skin touches this orb then, and as that does, you can feel your hand start to get hot in a way. It's not like burning hot, but you can feel something weird happening with your hand, and as you pull it back really quickly and look at it, you notice that your hand is like flaky skin, dried and cracked.
Well, that caused a little bit of just superficial damage on my hand, and look, I'm like old now.
So we go back and fight the creature then, yeah?
Or I put glove on and pick it up.
Ugh,
Hey,
I
Adam,
don't-
I'm gonna climb up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually climb up on this thing.
All right. Give me a blind check as you attempt to climb up. Yeah, you easily climb up to the top. So you make your way up here, and you realize that in the center here is this sort of open container, which basically you're standing in at this point.
And does it look like it may fit that purple glowy thingy?
This container looks significantly larger than the purple orb.
I just don't know why they have containers up here.
Well, your friend Spectre pointed out that this is all like a simulation. It's all happened before, right? So some of this stuff will probably just be linked to what's going on here, with the slaves and the tadpole things and the heads attached to the wall. But on a few of the other levels, it was just kind of force your way to the end. I don't know what you guys experienced.
And Adam, has there been anything else that looks like it would hold the orb that we've seen?
No, nothing that you've seen.
Okay.
Hey, Adam, I think you're gonna have to move Kurt. I can't do it.
Climbing back down?
Yeah.
So
I am now part of this thing.
So are we leaving now? I see everyone leaving me in the room.
Yeah, I think we go fight big tentacle creature. Maybe we cut off one of its tentacles. It fits the size we need to push in the hole.
Great.
What?
I draw a sword and say whacking stick. Let's go.
Oh, that's cool. I don't have anything like that.
Oh, I passed it.
Did you name it that yourself? Whacking stick.
Just checking, Kurtu. Are you able to move now?
No, not yet. I'm refreshing, but it's going real slow.
Oh, okay. All right. You guys might
Wait
want to
for
hold
him,
up for
guys.
Kurtu.
Yeah.
I'll scoot him up with the assumption he's following.
Okay, looks like I have control now. Thanks.
Before we go in, I kind of slow everybody up and say, "Oh, okay. You remember my cannon? I can make it now before we go in there. It lasts for a good amount of time. Let me give you a breakdown. I can create something that, walks and shoots fire. I can create something that shoots like a force projectile and knocks the creature back if it gets too close. Or I can create something that will give us a temporary boost of energy if we so need it.
Yes.
Do you have any suggestions?
What do you mean by burst of energy?
Have you ever, well, I don't know how to put this, but temporary vitality. Yes?
Temporary hit points. It might
You would not.
be.
You wouldn't be welcome in the theater. You can't stay in character. But
Listen,
yes,
listen,
temporary
Could
my
you
head is
vitality.
super fucked up. I see through time right now.
Could you use your cute little cannon to blast that door down?
No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I mean, it's force damage, but like I said, it lasts an hour, so we could try. But if we make any noise, it's going to attract things, right?
I mean,
That cat's out of the bag.
presumably, yeah.
I think the repelling blast is probably the best of the three. That thing that was described to me in such a way that I could see it in my mind's eye, when the dungeon master brought up the little picture, looked like it had a bunch of tentacles, and if it grabs onto you, that might be pretty bad, so we might want to play keep away with it.
We can do that, yes. Okay, now the next question. Do I make it able to walk on its own, or would someone like to carry it?
I need my hands to shoot my bow.
Yes, okay. Well, Give me just a moment. And you guys see Albert reaches into his jacket, and as like this is the first time you've seen him actually open his jacket, on the right hand side, kind of like those, like if you ever watched Hercules back in the day when that guy opened up his trench coat and he had all those watches.
Yeah.
On the right hand side, he's got a bunch of carpenter's tools, like a mallet, there's like a saw, and a handful of different dowels of different shapes and sizes. And on the other side, he's got woodcarver's tools, so there's a bunch of different chisels and all sorts of different, just general woodcarver's tools, and he reaches into the interior pocket on the woodcarver side, and he draws out this tiny little carving of a duck with these tiny little feet, and he places it down in front of him, and he runs his wand over top of it and taps it a couple times, and it grows a couple times, and his cannon pops up, and yes, so yeah, it's not very fast, but well,
That's great. It looks wonderful. You're very smart. Now, Ravino, are you going to do some nature thing with our friend Spectre?
If you are ready to move in, yes, I would like to take most opportune time because it is a limited time ability.
Oh, I see. So we'll have to plan it very specifically. Copy that.
If you're moving in now rather than standing around and discussing for 30 minutes, I could cast it now.
If we stand around and discuss it for 4 minutes, so this happens next week. We pick a fight, we're gonna get stuck in the middle of it.
maybe we go ahead and initiate the fight. We can have some time to think about it.
I'm walking forward.
All right, she will step up closer to you here, Spectre, and she motions for you to stay right here. And you'll see she begins to wave her hands, and she motions towards your bow. And when she does, you notice this energy kind of floats through the bow. So this is the elemental weapon spell. So you get a +1 on your weapon attacks, and she's going to pick, let's see, she's pretty privy to lightning, so she'll go with lightning damage. So it'll deal 1d4 lightning damage, and it adds 1.
And it counts as a magical weapon.
It
correct?
does indeed.
Okay. Yes, I can read. It's right there. It says right there. Thank you.
She nods.
Oh, she lied. This lasts an hour. Why is she in such a hurry?
I was trying to keep with that sassy tone you established for her.
Oh, gotcha. I tried my best. How'd I do?
You did pretty well.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, so again, I think I explained this once before, but just keep in mind this is an elevated platform here, this whole way up. And Sarah has told you guys that there are stairs on the other side. This is the interior wall.
Okay, so we're like going around and up on the other side.
Correct.
Okay.
No, I'm up, right?
You, yes, you are. All right, and once you get to there, Gale, and peek inside, you notice floating overhead is indeed this creature. You get a better look at it to notice that it is a big ball that floats in the air with numerous tentacles that hang off of it. And at the end of each of those tentacles, it looks like some kind of cataract eye. And it turns to look in your direction as you are approaching. And yes, indeed, that is where we're going to go ahead and pause for tonight, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed the session. We got Spectre back, so it's a big accomplishment.
Yep.
And yeah, we will see how things continue next week.
Awesome.
Watch me
Good job,
immediately
guys.
get stunned again with this.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
Have a
Good
good
job,
night,
guys.
Good night, everyone.
Yep. Good